Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. Jack Hall here today.
And good afternoon to you. Welcome to high school football action on Central Illinois Sports. Live this afternoon from Camp Point Central High School for the Class 1A playoffs as they kick off this afternoon here in the first round as the 9-0 Central Panthers play host to the 5-4 Dupo Tigers. Good afternoon to you. I'm Charlie Holt. Jack's alongside as well. This is the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. Playoffs for the Panthers. Well, for a long time in this program history, it seemed like it may be something that never would happen, and now it seems like it may never end in a 9-0 season. A very impressive regular season has set the Panthers up for a home game against this Dupo Tiger squad, who gets into the playoffs at 5-4, looking to pull the first-round upset here this afternoon. We'll talk more about the matchup on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show after this.
Wish you had extra cash for a vacation, a boat, a new car, projects around the house? Free up more cash for the things you want by taking advantage of low interest rates. Refinance your home with Great Rivers Bank and keep more of your money by lowering your monthly payment. Start the process online at greatriversbank.bank and work with one of our experienced loan officers to get the lowest rate possible. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Did you know that Prairie Land FS doesn't just sell seed? They treat it and box it right here at one of their local facilities, then deliver it to your farm or fields. Growers trust Prairie Land FS to deliver top-performing crop protection products that promise the best performance before, during, and after the growing season. Prairie Land FS, your leading supplier of choice.
I am Shelley Brinicke. I'm a lifelong resident of Pike County. Pike County is a part of me, and I am distressed by the serious clerical and financial issues of the county right now. These clerical issues affect all county residents. It will take transparent communication and hard work to solve them. As county clerk, I would research, learn, and know the duties of the office. I'm conscientious, meticulous, and dedicated. I believe Pike County deserves the best in their elected officials, and that best can only come from a servant heart. Vote Shelley Brinicke for Pike County Clerk.
Paid for by Shelley Brinicke for Pike County Clerk.
Hey, West Central Illinois, are you looking for a great deal on a vehicle? Well, at Westtown Ford, we have a lot full of vehicles. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs. We've got them all, and a lot of them at Westtown Ford in Jacksonville.
Back with you on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show with locations in Pittsfield, Berry, Liberty, and Hannibal. Great Rivers Bank here to serve the entire region with high-quality banking services close to home. Plus, you can check them out online at greatriversbank.bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. The 9-0 Camp Point Central Panthers and the 5-4 Dupo Tigers this afternoon in this first-round action. The winner of this game plays the winner of Cesar-Valier and Moequa Central A&M next week. The Panthers 9-0 in the regular season, a 43-0 win against Carrollton to start the year, then beat Pleasant Hill Western 46-0. Defeated a good Minden Unity squad 30-8 in Week 3. Week 4 was a shutout against Brown County 30-0. A 28-0 win against Jacksonville Route on the road, then beat Triopia 62-0. Beardstown, their closest game of the season, 36-28 in a road victory for the Panthers, and then rolled the last couple of weeks 68-6 over North Green and 42-6 against Calhoun. So wins over four teams that are playoff eligible this year. And the Panthers, conference-wise, Jack, other than that Beardstown game, kind of had it their way for the most part.
Well, they did, and, you hear a lot of people talk about competition. Well, guess what? They play the same people every year, and every 3 years the conference, non-conference games roll around, but they're from the north and the south of the WIVC, and all you can do is play the people you're going to play. The Beardstown game, Beardstown had some people back after injury and looked really good that night, and they gave the Panthers a challenge. And now it's playoff time, and so your record's 0-0. We'll see what happens.
For this squad from Dupo and first-year head coach at Dupo, Zach Klostermeyer, they finished the year 5-4 on the season. They started the year with a 38-30 win over Oblong. Then lost consecutive games, 42-16 to Oneida Roba, who was a playoff squad, and Madison 34-20, who also made the playoffs this year. Beat Trenton Wesleyan 22-14, defeated Carlisle 35-28. Lost to Redbud 40-0, Chester 53-14, 30, and then back-to-back wins to secure a playoff spot, 36-12 over Sparta, and then on the road last week at Nokomis, 36-30. So they've been playing some win-or-go-home type of football for a number of weeks now.
That'll get you ready for the playoffs, not unlike the wild card teams in Major League Baseball. Once you get hot and you get on a roll, you got to watch out for those people because they've had to win if they wanted to play, and that's what they need to do again today.
It's been several years since this Dupo squad has been in the playoffs. For the Panthers, well, you have to look just a year ago when they were bounced in the second round by Central A&M. So this group saying they might have some things to prove this year, and it starts today with trying to take care of this Dupo squad who's, they came on the road looking for an upset. They're not here just to roll over.
Well, exactly that, and you just don't know how things are going to be, but the thing that I see, Dupo's got 26 players. The Panthers go very deep, and sometimes it takes a quarter and a half before that depth makes a difference. But so far this year, having 10, 11 guys run the ball, and a lot of people coming in and out on offense and defense has been a difference maker for this Panthers squad.
It is a gorgeous afternoon for football action. Going to be about 65 degrees at game time with just a slight breeze, just enough to put a little chill in the air, and feels like playoff weather here, but not going to have to deal with any rain or anything like that today. This afternoon at Central. A break here on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Jack has an interview with Camp Point Central head coach Brad Dixon. Your way next.
Hi, this is Clint Weir. As a law enforcement officer, you trust me every day to fight for justice and seek the truth. You trust me to serve your family and your friends with compassion and understanding. And most importantly, you trust me to lead Pike County with grace and dignity. Now I'm asking you to trust me once again. My little brother, Gage, is running for Pike County Treasurer. As Treasurer, Gage will continue to fight for transparency and fairness to ensure that Pike County continues to be the best place to live and raise a family. You put your trust in me to serve my community. Now I'm asking you to trust my little brother, Gage Weir, to continue a legacy of quality and excellence. Vote Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer this November.
Paid for by Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer.
The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and we'll carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517. Camp Point Central Sports are proud to have Dear Western Grain as a sponsor of this broadcast. Dear Western Grain, there for you for all your grain and feed needs. Why don't you give them a call and check out all the locations of Dear Western Grain? With locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Western Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461, or on the web at dearwesterngrain.com. Call Best Systems Builders for all your insulation needs. We are a full-service insulation contractor offering both open and closed cell spray foam, blown cellulose, and fiberglass installation. Best Systems has 2 BPI certified professionals ready to inspect your home or business today. You may qualify for incentives through the American Act on Energy program. Call Scott or Michael at 217-285-6005 for your free estimate, or visit us online at gobestsystems.com and start saving money on your energy bill today. Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. Jack Hall here today with head coach Brad Dixon of the Camp Point Central Panthers, 9-0, taking on Dupo. Coach, when you play somebody you haven't played before, sometimes that's bad, but a lot of times that's a good thing. They don't know you either.
Right, yeah. I mean, that's the fun part about the playoffs is getting out of your conference and seeing, especially in a closed conference like we have, we don't have any non-conference games, so you don't really know how you stack up with the rest of the state until you get out of your league. And I'm sure they're thinking the same thing, that they get, they got out of their league and they're coming here with nothing to lose. So I think our guys are excited, and hopefully, they're going to give it everything they got.
Wasn't too many years ago, Charlie was here to broadcast a game when you were playing a 5-4, and the coach's dad said you're going to see the best 5-4 team you've ever seen. He wasn't kidding, and 5-4 teams can give you problems.
Yeah, we brought that up. 2013, Hayworth came here from a great league, the Heart of Illinois, and we scored with about 12 seconds to go to win 13-10, fumbled the ball 4 or 5 times. So anything can happen in the playoffs. we didn't do anything different than we wouldn't do. We prepared. They've got some really good players on offense, and we're going to have to play well. And I think, talking about Beardstown and that aspect of it, our guys they understand about what they need to do.
Only 26 kids on the roster, and I saw a lot of kids playing both ways. It's taken you a while in some games, but your depth has really made a difference during the season.
Yeah, I mean, the first part of the game is everyone's kind of feeling each other out, but we feel like, over the long run, we play a lot of guys, run the ball, give a lot of guys carries. We haven't rotated linemen as much as we probably could, but we got plenty to do that, and we just got to find the right mix. And Coach Ray does a good job of making sure he's sharing the wealth on offense and keeping teams off balance. And hopefully down the stretch of the playoffs, especially, or even in this game, that's going to pay off.
We saw the ball on the ground a few times last week that we haven't seen much out of the Panthers. Switching quarterbacks back and forth, did that make a difference, or was it just taking care of the football?
Yeah, taking care of the football. Calhoun did a nice job of tackling the football, getting their helmet on the football a few times, and just some uncharacteristic things, obviously, and we were able to still persevere. I felt like our defense answered the bell every time we turned the ball over, but yeah, I mean, it's been an emphasis for weeks, talking to our guys that we feel like offensively, with all the weapons we have, that that's one of the only ways teams are going to stop us is if we turn the ball over. So we worked on it again this week and those types of things. I mean, like Coach Ray said, it ain't like our guys are trying to do it, but it's a fundamental thing, and covering the points and getting two hands on it, and just some of those things that we emphasized again this week.
I have seen this Panther team since you've been in charge of it as a head coach. This team may be one of the best tackling teams I've seen.
I think it starts with our speed. We got a lot of speed everywhere. Some really good young players stepping up. Elijah is a sophomore and Caden is a freshman, mixed in with guys that played a lot last year. A lot of times your big plays happen when your secondary can't tackle, and our secondary's done a good job of keeping things in front of us if they've got through that initial stretch. And so, yeah, we feel good. Obviously, these guys are going to be no huddle. They're going to have a bunch of different formations. They're going to move their best players around, and we've got to make sure we get aligned correctly first and foremost, and then play football.
When I've seen teams need a 4th and 2 midfield, you've come through with a big tackle, and that's against a Deeker from Minden Unity Payson and others that were pretty good. And I have some pretty good confidence your kids know what the situation is at that time.
Yeah, I mean, I like our league. We played Minden, we played Route, we played Beardstown. Good spread, no huddle teams that hopefully will have us prepared for this game. But these guys will present their own challenges. We're going to have to work through some things. Nothing ever goes the way that you expect, but at the end of the day, I trust our guys. I got a lot of faith in them. They got a lot of faith in each other, and they're having a lot of fun, so that's all we can ask for.
Survive and play on. That's all we're looking for. We'll have more on the broadcast on Central Illinois Sports when we come back after these. Williams Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy is your headquarters for quality used vehicles. Shop their 439 North 3rd location Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9 to 2. Check out their inventory of WilliamsAutoSalesQuincy.com or call Tony the truck guy at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy, wishing the Panthers the best of luck this year. Give them a call at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales. Abney Home Improvement is a family-owned company with Christian values. We have a passion for helping our customers find the best products at a great price. We understand making a large purchase of windows and doors for your home is a big investment. Our mission is to be completely upfront with you. We have built our business on trust and reputation. We depend on our customers to refer us to friends and family for their home improvement needs. Call 573-221-0886. We finish what we start with quality for you. Abney Home Improvements, 100% satisfaction is what we build our business on.
If you're near retirement or thinking about retiring, you probably have questions. How do you make your savings last? How much should you take out and when? You're ready for retirement, but are your finances? Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Derek Harris, can help you build a strategy to help your finances keep up with your needs over the long haul. You've done what it takes to get there. Now it's time to make the most of retirement. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois for a face-to-fact appointment. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Carlson, and Brad Wellman, Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you. Few things compare to Camp Point Central's fans' dedication to the Panthers. The same can be said about Channel and the farmers they serve. You see, unlike other seed companies, they don't have salesmen. With Channel, you get the advantage of a dedicated Channel seedsman, a trusted year-round advisor who can provide the right recommendations for your fields. It's their hands-on approach that truly sets them apart. Customized service, expert advice, elite seed management products. Find your Channel seedsman at channel.com or contact local district sales manager Matt Hughes at 217-242-8852.
Back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Thanks to Central head coach Brad Dixon for the visit here pregame. 14 consecutive playoff appearances for this Camp Point Central squad, minus the COVID year, of course. But you take a look at that, Jack, and you take a look at the number of losses that have really happened when Brad Dixon's been the head coach, and about half of those have come in the playoffs, which means you lost the last one, which everybody does except for one team in each class. But pretty good run here being put on by this Camp Point Central program.
They have won 100-plus games in his tenure here as the head coach. He picked up his 100th win early in the season, I think week 2, and actually have won more games under his and Bill Reed's tutelage than they had in all the years ahead of that. Varsity football started in about 1968. It just goes to show you, you get the kids heading in the right direction, a lot of good things can happen.
Other games taking place in 1A football today. Bridgeport Red Hill plays host to Catlin Salt Fork. Fulton High School is playing host to Aurora Christian. Dakota is on the road at Gilman Iroquois West. Greenfield Northwestern hosting Calhoun in a WIBC South rematch. Jacksonville Route plays host to Villa Grove today. Kewanee Wethersfield Anawan is at home against Rockford Lutheran. Chicago Richards plays at Lena Winslow. Ottawa Marquette hosts Morrison. Forreston on the road at Peru St. Bede. Cesar Valier hosts Moequa Central A&M. The winner of this game plays the winner of that contest. Rushville Industry is at Toledo Cumberland trying to pull the upset today. And then Brown County is at Tuscola. On the 2A side of things, Aledo Mercer County plays host to Bloomington Central Catholic in the first round of the 2A playoffs. Carmi White County welcomes Athens. Chester is on the road at Decatur St. Teresa. I got a chance to see St. Teresa in person, Jack. That's a pretty good 2A football team this year. Downstream Valley plays host to Clifton Central. El Paso Gridley is at Farmington. Flora at Johnston City. Knoxville plays host to the Minden Unity Payson squad this afternoon. Chicago North Lawndale is traveling to Maroa today. Redbud hosts Nashville. Shelbyville welcoming Belleville Altoff to town. Sterling Newman Central Catholic is on the road at Taylor Ridge Rockridge. Arthur Lovington Atwood Hammond is at Vandalia. North Mac plays host to Fairfield, and Wilmington will welcome Palos Heights Chicago Christian. If you're wondering, man, that seems like there's some teams in there that are usually a little bit of a larger school. Like the Bloomington Central Catholics, the Belleville Altoffs of the world. How are they in 2A football? Well, somehow in the infinite wisdom of the IHSA this year, there's 3 teams that have the multiplier. I have no idea how that happened, if they just got randomly drawn out of a hat or what the qualifications were, but nobody has the multiplier, which is why you see Sacred Heart Griffin in 4A. It's why you see Joliet Catholic in 4A. It's why you see Bloomington Central Catholic and Belleville Altoff in 2A. It's a little bit crazy. I don't know that it really makes a lot of sense, but that's the way they are doing it this year. It should go back to a little more of a normal thing next year, but basically what they've decided is the COVID year counts like, well, nobody made the playoffs that year, so you don't pick up the points that accumulate for your success factor as a non-boundaried school. Of course, nobody played that year when it came to playoffs, so I'm not sure how you don't just figure that in. Did want to point out that had a chance last night, Jack, to watch the Quincy Blue Devils in action as they picked up a 49-42 win over Chatham Glenwood. And the Blue Devils, young squad, mostly sophomores and juniors, a lot of sophomores at the skill position, but pretty good job by Rick Little's crew. They'll welcome Lamont next week in what will be a tough matchup. But, man, you talk about playing that many youngsters at a 6A level of football and picking up a playoff victory, just the second ever in Quincy High history.
And young Mr. Little, the quarterback, is a sophomore. That means he broke all the passing records of all the guys in years gone by for a season and last night in a game, and he's just a sophomore. And that Bush boy that was the quarterback back in the late 80s was a dandy. He actually had a chance to go to Michigan and decided to go a different place. So that's pretty darn impressive what they've been able to do this year, and a lot of youngsters on that team. They're building for the future, as we knew Rick Little would.
Both of these teams out on the field warming up. The captains, coaches, and the referees are meeting at midfield to discuss the coin toss. We'll tell you about that when we come back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports.
Seed selection is one of the important decisions required to achieve yield goals. Logan Agri-Service represents top seed lines in the industry like Lewis Hybrids, Stein Seed, and AgriGold, and focuses on products developed to meet or exceed our customers' expectations. Sit down with one of our experienced local seed experts who will work with you to help select top-producing corn hybrids and soybean varieties tailored for your specific soils and fertility levels. Or visit us online at loganag.com. Logan Agri-Service, serving agriculture since 1962.
When choosing internet and Wi-Fi service to meet your family's education needs, it pays to do your homework. You'll learn that Cascom, with fast, reliable speeds up to 1 gig, powered by whole home adaptive Wi-Fi, is the right choice. School has changed, and so should your internet. Contact Cascom and upgrade to the internet speed and whole home Wi-Fi your family needs.
There's a road that makes all the difference between the good and the great. The road less traveled for the few who can handle the grind. One of hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership, with a respect for heritage and tradition and a willingness to adapt. At Little Jess, we travel that road every day because we believe in that difference. And we dare our competition to try and keep up. Little Jess, serving the tri-state area since 1969.
Hey guys, it's James and Todd coming at you from Jersey's here. Hey, and it is a beautiful day outside.
Catch all the action at Jersey's in Cam Point. Fresh, made-to-order sandwiches, wraps, horseshoes. Check out our brisket bacon burger, our Nashville hot chicken. Fried chicken every Thursday night. Enjoy an afternoon on the patio or catch a game on one of our 7 TVs. Queen of Hearts drawing every Wednesday at 7 o'clock.
Todd, you got some beers for us?
Hey, you know what? It's time for that segment.
We love beer!
Ice cold draft beer, unmatched craft selection, and signature drinks. Jersey's Bar and Grill in Cam Point, your hometown sports bar.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Camp Point Central and Dupo. We can tell you the coin toss. Well, Dupo's going to start with the ball and be heading from our left to our right, which would be from the north to the south of this facility here at Camp Point Central. The wind is blowing, well, kind of across the field really today from the corner. That would be the southeast corner of the field across, and a little bit of a breeze today. Shouldn't affect too much as not whipping around. The flag right now is almost completely still. Let's meet the starters for these squads. Starting lineups brought to you by Trucks LLC. For all of your diesel repair needs, call Trucks. Trucks is currently operating with mobile service units only at this time as their new building is being constructed in the industrial park in Pittsfield. Trucks looks forward to helping the local communities with all of their diesel needs. Call Trucks 217-922-0044 and be sure to like Trucks on Facebook. That's TRUX Trucks. Well, the Dupo Tigers and head coach Zachary Klostermeyer are 5-4 on the season. We don't have, well, heights or weights for most of these guys, so we can tell you their offensive line will consist of Carter McManus. He is a sophomore. Sam Stoffel is an offensive lineman. He's a senior. Andrew Gisher is a senior offensive lineman. Chance Hunter, well, he's listed at 6 foot 220 pounds and a senior. And the other offensive lineman is Connor Smith. He also is a senior, so a pretty seasoned group up front, along with the sophomore in McManus. Skill position-wise for this squad, Nick Phillips will start at a wideout spot. He's a junior, 5'10", 172 pounds. Vance Ray, also a wide receiver. He's a sophomore, and Hunter Cataldo is a a wide receiver at a senior spot. Deegan Prater is a freshman. He'll play wideout. He'll also take some snaps at quarterback, we understand. The fullback to start today is Logan Stevens, a senior, and the starting quarterback will be Ashton Stein, a 5'10", 200-pound junior for Dupo. For the Central Panthers on the offensive side of the ball, they'll start at the center spot, Owen Roth. He's a 6'1", 255-pound senior. The left guard is Reese Wilkie, the 6', 185-pound junior, and Bo Gottman starts at the left tackle, the 6', 175-pound senior. The right guard, Caden Niekamp, the 6', 190-pound freshman, and Robert Gooding is the right tackle. He is 6'3", 205 pounds, and a junior. The tight ends, Carter Eiler, he's 6'5", 190 pounds and a senior, and Josh Alford, the 6'5", 195-pound senior for the Panthers. Connor Griffin starts at fullback. He's a 5'9", 175-pound junior. The wingbacks are Gavin Graves, the 5'10", 155-pound senior, and Isaac Genenbacher, the 6'3", 200-pound senior. Nick Moore is the quarterback. He's 6'1", 175 pounds, and a junior for the Panthers. Starting lineups also brought to you in part by Illini Express, here to serve you with walk-in medical care when you need it. Open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every Monday through Saturday on the south side of the square in Pittsfield. Learn more about their services at IlliniHospital.org. 10 minutes to kick off on Central Illinois Sports. A break here. We'll talk more with our keys to the game next on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show.
Did you know that PCRE Real Estate and Auction now offers a full-service auction alternative? Farmland, residential real estate, commercial real estate, estates, guns, antiques, farm equipment, and commercial equipment are a few examples that the experienced auction team is ready to assist you with. Our team can make the auction experience less stressful and smooth. Check out our next auctions at our new auction location at 500 Piper Lane in Pittsfield, or call 217-430-2985 and speak with Jason Duke to learn more.
It's time to say Pepsi, please, at your local county market. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market, your best value for delicious drinks to get ready for every game. Stop by your local county market to pick up your favorite Pepsi products today. Stock up for your next family get-together. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market for the best price around on all your Pepsi products. You love them and they've got them at County Market. Stop by today and say, Pepsi, please, at your local county market. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, with locations in Griggsville, Mount Sterling, and Pittsfield. Maybe you ask, why choose Farmers National Bank of Griggsville? The answer is simple. Local people, local decisions, and local commitment with local investments. We have many products and services to meet your needs. We invite you to find out more about us. Go to fmbgriggsville.com and explore all the services we offer. Visit any of our 3 friendly locations in Mount Sterling, Griggsville, and Pittsfield today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, local people helping local people, member FDIC. Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Damon Plumbing offers septic installation, drain cleaning, new water lines, remodel work for your home, or if you're planning a new build, make sure you include the Damon boys. To get it right the first time, no job too big. Have you seen Braden and Doug? Or too small? Sorry, Corby, couldn't resist. Call Braden at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family.
Illini Community Hospital is committed to providing high-quality specialty care close to home. We are pleased to welcome Dr. William Severino, urologist, and Dr. Mark Mount, ear, nose, and throat physician, to the consulting physician clinic team at the Castile Center. Specialty care is also provided for orthopedics, cardiology, podiatry, obstetrics, oncology, and more. Learn more by visiting IlliniHospital.org or call 217-285-2113, extension 3950 to schedule an appointment.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Nice job by the Central Marching Band with our national anthem here today for the fans. A good crowd on hand for this first round game. Dupo, well, we were there just a couple of years ago, actually, on the basketball side of things. They hosted a sectional. West Central, Payson, Seymour, and Calhoun all played in that, along with Madison. Madison came out the winner. That was the year right before the COVID shutdown, so that would have been the
they were getting ready to go to the state tournament when they shut it down.
Early part of 2020. We were in Dupo, and the folks were very hospitable there, and we welcomed them and their fans alongside of the broadcast here today on Central Illinois Sports. The Panthers finishing some warm-ups. Dupo has, looks like, retreated back to their locker room for some last-moment instructions. And let's take a look at some keys to the game in this contest. Jack, one of the things you talked about in the pregame with Coach Dixon was ball security, which had not been a problem for Camp Point Central, but last week was an issue.
You do not want to give up the football in key situations when you're on a drive and fail to get those points, and then get another team that comes back and scores on you. And they put it on the ground and lost it 3 times last week. They can ill afford to do that in a playoff game. This
Dupo team, I mean, you can kind of play a little free and easy. You're 5-4. Not a lot of 5-4s beat a 9-0. We've seen it happen from time to time, but this is a squad that there's probably not a lot of people expecting them to come away with a victory today, so don't put too much pressure on yourself. If you're Dupo, just go out and play your game.
It's how you react to getting hit, because you're going to get hit when you play the Central Panthers, and if you just slough that off and keep right on going and you play that wide open, Route proved they could move the ball up and down the field. Beardstown did it on the run, but Route did it in the air, and that's what Dupo will need to do today.
It is an absolutely picturesque day. Not Pritzker-esque, that's something else. Picturesque.
We'll have to send him a bill for that one.
Picturesque day for football, though, Jack. You've seen first-round playoff games that can have about any kind of weather, and today's the days you dream about.
A lot of times I've been at Tuscola in a first round, and it's always cold and darker there for some reason. But beautiful out here today, wind blowing. Won't bother the Panthers much. They don't throw too much, but don't kid yourself. Nick Moore can throw the football. But take care of the football, do what you do, and move on to the second round. That's what these two teams need to do.
A final break on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. We'll kick it off next. Dupo receives the opening kick in playoff action on Central Illinois Sports.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the beautiful and historic city that is Pittsfield, Illinois, a community that feels like home.
Home to over 4,000 residents, a progressive and growing community serves as an amazing place to live, learn, work, and play. With civic, charitable, family, and recreational activities available, you'll never be bored here. Attend an event or festival, play some disc golf on our new championship course, spend the day fishing, or even catch a Civil War reenactment. As a community driven by success, Pittsfield provides numerous incentives to assist citizens and local businesses. Our goal in Pittsfield is to truly advance and prosper. Staying healthy is made easy here, with access to doctors, dentists, and other medical specialists throughout the community. People come to Pittsfield for a variety of reasons: stately historical homes, an abundance of natural resources, hunting, scenic areas along the Illinois and Mississippi rivers, festivals, recreational opportunities, and much more. People stay in Pittsfield simply because life here is great. Picture yourself in Pittsfield today.
Back with you on Central Illinois Sports. Camp Point Central getting ready to take the field to bust through the breakthrough here just before the kickoff today. Dupo will receive the opening kick, and as you take a look at the Dupo sideline, Jack, one of the things you pointed out, there's not a lot of extra guys there, so one of the things they're going to have to do is try to stay healthy and fresh in this one as much as you can against this Panther squad that really runs a lot of guys at you.
I was sitting there counting, and I can't even find a total of 26 with pads on today, about 22, so I guess we'll see, but they do what they do, and as long as you got 11 on the field, that's all it takes at any one given time.
That is definitely true. We thank Great Rivers Bank for being our pregame sponsor today. Our kickoff this afternoon brought to you in part by Bowler's Universe, open Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., Fridays until midnight, Saturdays 4 to midnight. They offer many menu items from burgers and fries to specialty pizzas. Try one of their many craft beers as well at Bowler's Universe in Pittsfield, Illinois. Dupo in the visiting white uniforms with the maroon numbers and black pants here today. The Panthers are in the home black uniforms with the black pants, gold helmets, and numbers for Camp Point Central. Refereeing crew out of the Quincy area here today. And we appreciate them taking their time to officiate the contest. And hopefully we have a good, clean, hard-fought game by both squads here this afternoon.
Carter Eiler does most of the kicking for the Panthers, and he's proven he can kick the ball a long way. We'll see what happens. He'll be kicking into the wind a little bit as I see the flags on the south end kind of picking up a little bit more. He has had a little trouble kicking the ball out of bounds at different times too, so we'll see what we will see.
It is just a hair cooler than forecast, 56 degrees here at game time as we're just about ready to kick off this contest. Eiler has it teed up. or is getting ready to tee it up if the official would hand him the fancy ball with the IHSA logo on it. And we'll see who Dupo sends back deep to receive the opening kick. It looks like Prater and Stevens will be the deep men for this Dupo squad. Everybody else up near the 50-yard line right now, trying to guard against the onside kick in what is one of the more strange formations I've seen on the kick return team in a while.
I think I might just kick over that front team before they have a time to set up. It's interesting with Prater in the back to receive. He's had some injuries, and we're ready to go. So we'll just wait for the whistle of the referee.
Eiler has his hand in the air, ready to roll here. Waiting for the clock to get set up with 12 fresh minutes on it for this first period. 1A football action. Winner plays the winner of Cesar-Valier and Central A&M. If Camp Point Central would win and Cesar-Valier would win, they'd play here again next week. If Camp Point Central would win and Moweaqua Central A&M would win, it would be at Moweaqua. Eiler fakes the onside kick and will take a step back and kick this one a little bit deeper. The Tigers of Dupo also spread out a little bit now on the kick return side of things. Stevens and Prater back deep, and the kickoff is in the air, headed toward the sideline, and will go and die right about the 29. Be taken there by the up man and Prater. Check that, Stevens. Stevens on the return, and he's taken down near the 30-yard line, and that's where the Tigers start first and 10 at their own 30 with 11:58 to play in the opening quarter.
Riley and also Griffin in on the tackle. The two fullbacks for the Panthers on the offensive side are the two guys that made the contact. Ross Riley really came in and put a hit on the man.
See what the Tigers come out with here on the offensive side to start today. Ashton Stein lines up at the quarterback position with the running back Stevens standing just to his left. A single receiver wide to the right-hand side and two men to the left. Stein takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Stevens. Stevens in the backfield looking for a hole, and man, not much there. He'll be driven backwards. A short loss of the play. Back to the 29, loss of one. We'll call it a second down and 11 from the 29-yard line.
Some of the guys in on the tackle, Caden Niekamp. Also, we also saw Elijah Ginnebacher, the middle linebacker, in there on that tackle.
Second and 11 just underway in the opening quarter on Central Illinois Sports. Two receivers wide right, two to the left-hand side. Stein in the shotgun. Calls for the snap. Now everybody pops up, looks to the sideline for the hand signal play call. Again calls the line set. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff. A quick pass on the left-hand side is incomplete. Intended receiver was Deegan Prater. That'll stop the clock with 11:19 to play in the quarter and bring up a third and 11.
Interesting that Prater has played quarterback quite a bit. Right now he is a wide receiver. They were playing them both in there at practice, so we'll see what happens.
Third and 11 here for Dupo on the opening drive of the afternoon for the Tigers. Trips left, a single receiver to the right-hand side. Stein calls the line set. Nearly drew the man off sides, but he got back before he crossed into the neutral zone. Now they'll switch the running back from the left to the right. In Stevens. In fact, they'll split him out as a wide receiver, so a naked backfield for the quarterback, Stein. Stein is not an extremely tall young man. He'll work the pass out to Stevens. Stevens looking to make a move out in space. Taken down at the 31-yard line here, though, after a very short gain. Tackled that time by the Panthers as Elijah Ginnebacher takes him down. Gain of 2 on the play, and this will bring up a fourth down and 9.
Look for a punt formation. Got a little wind blowing with them this time. Panthers usually put Drew Paben back deep. Looks like they're also going to put Riley back deep with him. And they have not caught a lot of punts to return them, but a few.
Stevens will be the punter. He'll punt from his own 21-yard line. Not an extremely deep formation. He does take the ball and punt it on an end-over-end kick. It's going to be returnable here by Graves. Now he has a little trouble with it. Ball is loose, and Graves able to dive on it at the 30-yard line. And the Panthers lucky not to have a turnover there. They'll be first and 10 from their own 30 with 10:33 to play in the first.
Yeah, they had a lot of trouble taking care of the football, and actually one of the defenders came down there and made a play.
So 10 minutes, 33 seconds to play in the first, and Camp Point Central on the attack on the offensive side for the first time this afternoon. So they switch the ball out from one side to the other.
130 to the other 30.
Moore, the quarterback, with a pair of receivers to the left-hand side. And again, in an interesting-looking formation at the moment. The lineup in the double wing with Moore under center. Puts a man in motion. He'll hand it off to the fullback in Griffin. Griffin looking for running room. He's got the first down and more as he's taken out of bounds up near the 44-yard line. A gain of 14 on the play and a first and 10 for the Panthers.
Griffin has put a lot of yards up this year. Their leading rusher on the season is the junior.
Fresh set of downs from the 44 now. The little quick hitter from the fullback along the left side. Moore again quickly under center. Takes the snap. Second back this time on Ginnenbacher. He tripped up, taken down right at the 50-yard line. A gain of 6 yards on the play. We'll call it a second down and 4 yards to go.
Might have got tripped up by his old man. He likes to turn sideways there and come through the line. That time just couldn't keep his footing, but a big gain.
Second down and 4. 10:09 and counting to the first. Right at midfield for the Panthers at the 50. They'll hand it off this time to Griffin. He'll be taken down after not much there. In fact, might have lost a half a yard. Back to the 49-yard line, and this brings up a 3rd and 5.
Yep, not much blocking on the right side there, so that didn't work out real well for him.
3rd down, 5 yards to go. 9:47 of the clock ticking down to this first quarter. No huddle for the Panthers. Moore under center. The junior quarterback takes the snap, hands it off to the deep back in Graves, and he's tackled for a loss as well. He'll get forward progress back to the 47-yard line. That's a loss of 2 on the play, and it brings up a 4th down and 7.
Yeah, if I'm the Panthers, I'm looking at punting here because the defense really was aggressive there, and they're going to take the ball all the way back to the 46-yard line, Charlie.
So more like a 4th and 8 here, in fact. And a couple of plays that went backwards, and the Panthers are set up in punt formation.
They were rolling, and then it all came to a halt. Now Moore will be the man that punts the ball.
He stands back near his own 33-yard line. Prater is back to receive the kick near his own 26. 9 minutes left in the first. Moore now going to run the fake and pass downfield. It's too high and incomplete. There's a penalty flag in on the right side, and let's wait and see what that's about. I think it might be a false start.
Yep, and if it is, that'll just give the ball to the other team in Dupo, and they'll have good field position if that is true, and it looks like that's what's going to happen.
The referee yet to give us a signal here. 8:57 to play in the first. The Panthers go with a little bit of a gamble on the fake punt. It does not work out, and the official will tell us it is a false start. They'll turn it down. This will be a 1st and 10 for Dupo on the Panthers side of the field.
Dupo's gained some momentum here, and they've got it 1st and 10 in Panther territory for the Tigers.
8 minutes, 57 seconds to play in the first, and Dupo a 1st and 10 from the Panther 46. See if they can get some traction on the offensive side for this Tiger outfit. The quarterback Stein is, no, it's his Prater now running quarterback. He'll run the ball along the left side, breaks the initial tackle, and still on his feet down near the 40-yard line. A gain of 6 yards on the play by the freshman quarterback Prater. It will bring up a 2nd down and 4 from the 40.
First positive offensive yards for the squad from Dupo.
2nd down, 4 yards to go. 8:33 left in this first quarter. No score on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Prater again in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his left. This time he hands it off to the running back in Stevens. Stevens is stood up after a short gain inside the 40, down near the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of 2 yards on the play, and a 3rd and manageable, a 3rd and 2 in 4-down territory.
Good momentum and some big guys out there on the front line for Dupo, making a couple of holes for him.
Carter McManus is a sophomore. He's about 6'2", 235 pounds, playing the right tackle.
At least.
Prater, the quarterback, in the shotgun. See if that goes with the hard count here. Nope, going to take it and run on the designed run to the right-hand side. Cuts it upfield. The penalty flag flies. The man got correct that time in Prater right at the 40-yard line, but a flag flies in an area of what would be a hold, I would say. And we'll see what the official tells us on the near side. 7:52 to play in the first.
Actually would have lost a yard on the play. Got the penalty flag on the 38-yard line.
And move it back to the 48 in a holding situation here. Still waiting for a signal. It is a hold at the 38-yard line, so that'll be a 10-yard penalty. Move it back to the 48, and this will be a 3rd down and 12 now.
Yep, you got to take the penalty on that because they would have 4th down and very short yardage to make the 1st down if you did not.
So 3rd down and 12 for Dupo. Still on Camp Point Central side of the field, though, at the 48. Referee marches off the penalty yards. Now we see Stein back there at quarterback once again. Trips left, 2 receivers to the right-hand side. Clock rolling, 7:50 to play in the first. Calls for the snap, now looks to the sideline as it's a hard count. Stein, the quarterback. He is back to pass. 3 men on the rush. He's got some pressure, looks downfield, has a man open in the back of the defense, and it's incomplete. Vance Ray was the intended receiver. He was behind the defender, but not able to reel it in. And the incomplete pass stops the clock and brings up a 4th and 12 now for Dupo with 7:34 to play in the first. And if I'm Dupo, I'm probably trying to punt here and pin Central deep.
Dodged the bullet there because the man was wide open, and he had the ball in his hands and just couldn't secure it.
So 4th down and 12 yards to go. Clock stopped with the incompletion. 7 minutes, 34 seconds to play in the first.
They're going for it.
It looks like they will try to go for it here. Trips left, 2 receivers right. Stein will be the quarterback, the junior. Stands 5'10", 200 pounds according to the roster here. Didn't look like everybody was quite set. Stein rolling out to his left, looking for a man downfield. It is caught. No, juggled and incomplete. The man took a big hit in Logan Stevens. He had it in and out of his fingertips, and then it popped out at the last moment. An incomplete pass will be a turnover on downs, and Camp Point Central will take over 1st and 10 from their own 48 with 7:29 to play in the first.
Dupo had the ball for a little while, but they have yet to secure a first down. The Panthers with only one. It'll be Panther football on the 48-yard line on this set of downs. Started on their own 30 the last time, had a couple of good gains and a first down, but then stalled out on an aggressive line for Dupo on the tackle to tackle. If the Panthers got it outside, they had some success.
1st and 10 here. Moore will be under center. A lot of guys up in the box here for Dupo. They put Ginnebacher in motion. Now he will retreat to the right wing position. Now they'll put him in motion again. They'll hand it off to the fullback in Griffin. Has a good gain on the play. They got him around the shoulder pad, it looked like there. Takes him down near the first down marker. In fact, the 41 will be enough for a first down as he picks up 11 yards and a 1st and 10.
Well, I saw his head turn around too, so that made a little difference, but we'll see.
1st and 10 from the Dupo 41 now for Camp Point Central. Just over 7 minutes to play in the first. Now a whistle, and the official signaling on the sideline for something here. Alrighty. They had a man coming off for an injury and a new man on, so they gave them time to do that. The back judge is trying to raise the roof back there now. Did you see that? 7 minutes, 12 seconds to play in the first. They take the snap, hand it off to Ginnebacher. Left side, lets the hole develop, has a good hole to run through. 30, 25, 20. Running away from the man to the 15, pushed out of bounds at the 10. And the Panthers will have it 1st and goal from the 10-yard line on a 31-yard run by Isaac Ginnebacher.
One man to beat, and that man made the catch of Ginnebacher to keep him from scoring, but they got open. Right now, Dupo playing a very aggressive cheat defense, and that cost them that time.
1st and 10 here for Camp Point Central. Moore under center, puts the man in motion, hands it off to Griffin on the right side. Going to be taken down near the 5, a 5-yard pickup. 2nd and goal from the 5 here.
Griffin with 29 yards and 4 carries already. Ginnebacher with 37 and 2.
2nd down, goal to go. 6:45 to play in the first. Moore puts Ginnebacher in motion, looking for the end. He has it, and a score. Touchdown, Camp Point Central. 6:37 to play in the first as Ginnebacher takes it around the left end for the game's first score. 6-0 Panthers on the Trucks LLC scoreboard, and now they'll line up to go for the 2-point conversion.
Comes at the, 6:17 mark?
6:37 to play in this first period. Panthers will go for 2 here. And see if they can't convert on this 2-point try. Moore in motion, hands it off to the deep back and Ginnebacher, and the 2-point try is successful to make it an 8-0 Camp Point Central lead. 6:37 to play in the first. 8-0 Panthers on Central Illinois Sports.
When you think of fall, what comes to mind besides pumpkins, honey, and football? How about fertilizer? Studies show more than 1/3 of your crop's yield is determined by fertilizer alone. Studies also show as much as 40% potassium and 30% phosphate gets tied up in stalks and residue, as well as high clay content. Nutrient Ag Solutions recommends Titan, which is an innovative fertilizer catalyst designed for use with dry fertilizer blends. Titan will keep nutrients from being tied up and increase fertilizer availability in your crop. Titan is a low-cost option to improve crop fertility. Contact your Nutrient Crop consultant today. Brian Dickut Trucking, LLC has been in business since 1995. Brian Dickut Trucking offers hauling of liquid and dry fertilizer, grain, rock, feed, lime, with local and long-distance hauling. Brian Dickut Trucking is located at 1878 East 2100 Street, Camp Point. Call them at 217-257-8302. That's 257-8302. Long dumps, short dumps, hoppers, and tanks. When you need it hauled, trust the experts at Brian Dickut Trucking, LLC in Camp Point. They deliver.
6:37 to play in the first period. Camp Point Central, a 5-play drive started at their own 48-yard line. Caps off with a 5-yard run by Isaac Ginnenbacher. The 2-point try also by Ginnenbacher, good. And it's an 8-0 Central lead on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Trucks for all of your diesel repair needs, 217-922-0044.
So if you're the Panthers here, when they're lined up with 9 guys that close, do you try to maybe pooch the ball this time and get it back?
I don't know. Let's wait and see. We'll know in about 10 seconds, I would guess. Eiler's got his hand in the air, ready to roll here. He will fake the kick and now step it off. Prater's back deep along with Nick Phillips. Eiler puts his boot into this one. It's a line drive kick. Phillips will have it hit him and then roll back inside the 5. He picks it up at the 1, carries it into the end zone, now comes out of there, and will be taken down at the 11-yard line. And that's where Dupo will start 1st and 10 at their own 11. He had possessed the ball prior to going into the end zone. That's why it was not killed. And was 6:26 to play in the first. Dupo 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
But he could have stayed in the end zone once his momentum carried him there, and they'd have brought it out, correct?
In fact, call it the 10-yard line. 10-yard line here. Miller on the stop for the Panthers. 1st and 10 for Dupo. In a long field in front of them, trailing 8-0. 6:26 to play in the first. Quarterback is Stein. He's in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. He will hand the ball off to the up back in Stevens. Stevens looking for a running rim, and not much there. Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10.
Stevens has carried the ball 3 times for 1 positive yard so far.
So looking to break through this Camp Point Central defensive front that has proven to be a pretty tough group.
But don't forget that Ray got open deep earlier, and if he'd have caught the ball, they'd have maybe had 6.
Stein again in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Quick hitter on the right-hand side, has it completed to Nick Phillips. Phillips is going to be taken down after a short gain up at the 11-yard line. A gain of a yard on the play on the pass to Phillips, and it's 3rd and 9.
5th pass of the day, 2 completed for a total of 3 yards.
He might have not even back. He's just at the line of scrimmage, Jack. No gain on that play. All right, even with forward progress, it's 3rd and 10 from the 10. 3rd and 10 from the 10. 5:24 to play in the first. Stein gets the Panthers to jump off sides, and now it'll be a 3rd and 5 instead, up at the 15-yard lines. They were coming after him that time, and a little too aggressive from the linebacker positions.
First time the Panthers have had yardage marked off, even though they had an illegal procedure earlier that was declined. But that makes it a more manageable play for this Dupo Tiger squad, as now they'll have the ball, on the 15-yard line.
Yep, 3rd and 5. 5:19 to play in the first. Stein again on the gun. 2 receivers to either side. Takes the snap on the first cadence this time. Little double move. Looking downfield. Back into the hands of Prater. Knocked away by the Panthers. Graves back there along with Blewett. They knock it away, and the incomplete pass will stop the clock and bring up a 4th and 5.
And now they've got to be able to get that punt away, and they proved they don't like to really go back deep to punt. They like that little rugby kick, and that makes a big guy like a Cole Prock with his hand in the air able to knock something like that down.
Clock is stopped with the incompletion. 5:11 to play in the first. 4th and 5 from their own 15-yard line for Dupo. Wind blowing here. Again, kind of across the field, so no real advantage. Stevens will punt from his own 6-yard line, really up close. Gets a good snap, puts his boot into this one. A little higher kick this time, and the wind does kind of catch it. The Panthers will take it at the 50. And the man kind of lost his footing in Stevens.
No, that's it. Pavin.
Pavin, excuse me. And it'll be at the 50-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 50.
3rd time they've had the ball today on the 30, the 48, and now the 50. And, of course, the last time they scored after getting the ball on the 48-yard line. I don't know how many plays it took, but
5.
A couple of long runs, I know that.
5:05 to play in the first. First and 10 at the 50-yard line. Moore, the quarterback for Camp Point Central, under center. He hands it off to the first back in the fullback. Ross Riley on his first carry of the day. Into Tiger territory at the 43. A gain of 7 and a 2nd and 3.
Riley's another fullback that has proven he can put yards on the board very quickly.
2nd down, 3 yards to go. Up to the line quickly, under 5 to play in the first. In the double wing. Put the man in motion, hand it off again to Riley. Riley a short gain this time, but enough for the first down as he's taken down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 4 and a 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
5th first down of the ball game already for the Panthers. 4:39 left first quarter. They lead 8-0 on the Trucks LLC scoreboard.
Really selling out on the run is Dupo. You might see one of those little play-action passes fairly quickly here for Camp Point Central. They'll hand off to the second back through this time. Ginnenbacher cuts back into the middle of the defense, taken down near the 30-yard line. A nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. It'll be a 2nd and 1.
Yeah, there's going to be some openings there if you can give Moore enough time. Wholesale changes Griffin back in at fullback now.
2nd and a yard to go. 4:13 to play in the first.
Pavin and Lauderback on the wings.
Puts Pavin in motion. Hands it to him on the end around on the right side. Looks to bounce it outside. Has the first down. Ball comes loose and is fumbled and out of bounds. Fortunately for Camp Point Central, that ball ended up bounding out of his hands and then off the sideline down to the 21-yard line. A gain of 9 yards and a first down. But, tragedy averted there.
Last 2 times Pavin's carried the ball, he's had it come out. Once against Calhoun in there. This time the Panthers were able to keep hold of it.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line. 4:04 to play in the first. Moore takes the snap. Back to pass, looking downfield. Pavin wide open, has it at the 5, and he has it in the end zone for the touchdown. Pavin on the play action from 21 yards out, and with 3:58 to play in the first, it's a 2-score Central lead.
Pavin made sure he had the ball caught. He was wide open, and the touchdown makes it 14-0.
14-0 on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. The Panthers here to go for 2. Just under 4 minutes to play in the first. Back-to-back scoring drives by Camp Point Central. This time on the pass from Moore to Pavin from 21 yards out. Now Ginnenbacher lines up with the quarterback, a little wildcat formation, takes the snap, runs up the middle, and will be short of the line of gain here, and the 2-point try is no good. 14-0, Camp Point Central leads Dupo, 3:58 to play in the first on Central Illinois Sports.
Trucks LLC will be located this fall in the new building at 14 East Industrial Park Drive in Pittsfield. Call 217-922-0044. Diesel repair service offering 24-hour roadside repair, mobile service units, semi-truck and trailers, farm and ag equipment, DOT inspections, hydraulic hose repair, anything diesel, we can come to you along the road in the field or at your shop. It's Trucks. Call 217-922-0044. That's 217-922-0044. Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Matthews, and Brad Wellman. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you.
3:58 to play in the first. Camp Point Central set to kick off here. Eiler has his hand in the air, and he will fake the onside attempt and now retreat. And ready to kick it a little deeper here. Eiler puts his boot into this one, a kick on the ground. Touched by one of the up men, now going to be taken by Prater. Prater looking for running room. Trying to get the outside, has the corner at the 40, and ridden out of bounds near the 45-yard line, and that's where Dupo will start 1st and 10. And here comes a penalty flag late. Let's see what this is about.
I think Graves is in on the tackle. That came from way back in the backfield.
That was a long way away from the play. The ball is at the 45-yard line, so it could be good field position here for Dupo. But let's see what the flag is all about here.
49-yard line is where the flag's at. Is it a hold, possibly?
It is a personal foul against Dupo.
Ooh, that'll be big.
So, instead of having it at the 45, they'll have it at the 30-yard line with 3:52 to play in the first and 10 for the Tigers.
Personal foul is costly.
15-yard penalty to the 30-yard line. Dupo Tiger offense, 1st and 10.
Came from the man who's in the defensive backfield normally, and that's where he was on the return, and it came late.
Yeah, you have to guess it's probably an unnecessary roughness type of penalty. 3:52 to play in the first. 14-0 Camp Point Central on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Dupo with the possession here from their own 30-yard line. Stein, the quarterback, well, he's waiting for the officials to discuss what's going on here. And
why are we still talking?
I don't know. They're pointing to the sideline, and now the official will head that direction. And now the official's at the 50. He's at the 45. He's at the 40. They're tossing somebody out of this spectacle already. Tell you what, it's not a short drive from Dupo, and to see a quarter and, not quite a quarter, I guess.
Athletic Director Matt Long met him at the 20, but the man had to run about 35 yards to catch him.
And the official has, I think they're just going to tell the fans they can't sit on the sideline, maybe. They had a group of fans sitting on the edge of the sideline. Maybe that's what we're discussing here.
They're going to be behind the fence now. They were not cheerleaders. They were fans, and now they are leaving the sidelines.
I think they're going to tell the fans who are standing on the track they're also going to have to be behind the barrier here.
Yeah, the people who have made the turn need to get back down behind the line.
They're moving fans all over the place, and really it's a safety issue.
Why weren't they moved before the game?
Well, I think they just got there. I don't know. There is seating in the end zone here at Camp Point Central. And they're just trying to keep the sidelines clear for the players and the officials alike.
The personal foul did not come from the fans, so we want you to know that.
No, and it looks like we were also mistaken on an ejection, unless they have thrown all those people out, which it doesn't appear that they have. They're just trying to get them behind the fence.
About half the fans moved.
Well, in the defense of the Dupo fans that have traveled here today, it is a little easier to see on the field side of the fence than it is behind it, because there's a little bit of a drop-off there, and unless you're about 6'5", it's kind of hard to lean on the fence.
Well, let's play football now. What do you say?
Are you ready for some football? All right, 1st and 10 from the 30 for Dupo now as the fans have all been relocated. Stein's in the shotgun, a back to either side. He takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Stevens. Stevens will be taken down here. Ball comes out. It's stripped, and it's going to be a scoop and score. They took it right out of his hands, and it's Ginnenbacher.
Elijah
Ginnenbacher, I believe, on the return from about the 20-yard line. It's a 20-yard fumble return for a touchdown with 3:45 to play in the first, and the brothers Ginnenbacher have both scored a touchdown here today.
Got a little brother, I think, also that could score, but it's going to take him a few years to get to high school. 3:45 left on the clock. Panthers lead at 20-0 now, and they'll go for two.
Stevens was stood up, and they just took the ball right out of his hands, and Ginnenbacher took it the 20 yards for the score. And the 2-point conversion.
He was hit by a host of Panthers on the defensive side on the left side, was he not?
Yeah, it was not a successful run play. Moore will be under center here on the 2-point try. Puts a man in motion in Isaac Ginnenbacher, and he'll go in to the end zone for the 2-point conversion to make it 22-0. 22-0 Camp Point Central. 3:45 to play in the first on Central Illinois Sports.
Are you short on time or budget, but your family is hungry? It's time for the Maya Authentic Mexican Restaurant in Pittsfield. Try the Maya Special, a crowd favorite. Delicious grilled fajitas, steaks, nachos Mexicano, salads in the tortilla bowl, the tastiest salsa and cheese sauce around, and the fastest service anywhere. You can afford it. It's the Maya Mexican Restaurant on Washington Street. Call ahead with your order and you can pick it up in the drive-thru, 217-285-4526. The Maya Restaurant in Pittsfield. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times. And Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
3:45 to play in the first. 22-0 Camp Point Central on the Trucks LLC scoreboard after the strip, fumble, touchdown by Elijah Genenbacher for Camp Point Central. Eiler will fake the onside attempt and back it up. Took a good off deep here. So a 3-score lead now for Camp Point Central. Still 3:45 to play in the first. Eiler kicks it on the ground. It's going to be taken by the deep man and Stevens at about the 20, 25-yard line, 30. He has met with some resistance there and is taken down near the 30-yard line. There's a penalty flag.
Yep, late hit again, and that's going to be another personal foul.
Yep. Had just done necessary extracurricular activity for Dupo. And this is going to cost them field position once again. It's going to go back to the 15-yard line.
Darren Rigg was the guy that went flying there at the end that time, and one of the guys from Dupo is going to pick up another personal foul. And you'll see people leaving here pretty soon if they keep that up.
It is a dead ball. Blocking the backs, legal use of the hands.
No, it's just a personal foul. He just flung the guy after the play was over.
Either way, they're going to say it's at the 20 now, so a 10-yard penalty. So not a personal foul, but very easily could have been. 3:40 to play. I don't think that's true either. It was at the 30, so I don't think 20 would be half the distance. I'm not great at math, but
you're right.
1st and 10 from the 20 either way. Stein in the shotgun here. Trips left. 2 men to his right. Quick pass on the left-hand side. Has it to his man in Logan Stevens, and Stevens has stood up after the catch. Looks like he's back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
7 passes, 3 complete for 2 yards.
3:19 to play in the first.
Isaac Genenbacher, one of the initial hitters that time.
Stein again in the shotgun. He is back to pass, rolling to his right, looking for some room. Throws it downfield, has his man in Prater. Prater now tries to cut back around the 20-yard line, and is going to be taken down back at the 17. A loss of 3 on the play, and it's a 3rd down and 13.
Elijah Genenbacher and Hunter Lauterbach.
Lauterbach and Elijah Genenbacher, they say, in on it. And a timeout on the field. We'll take it too.
Taken by Dupo here. 2:49 to play in the first. 22-0 Camp Point Central on top. 3rd and 13 for Dupo when we come back.
When I'm driving in my car with my family, I've got 2 kids and a wife, and 4 of us are driving a car, we literally get excited when we see a DOT truck. It's actually a sense of pride.
Why I would encourage anyone to work at DOT. We take care of each other.
The company continues to grow and expand.
That to me is what brings me to work every day and that I enjoy.
Diversity, culture, family, all of those things, if you want them, you should be at DOT.
Pike County Lumber is the place to start all your building projects. They offer a huge selection of framing and specialized lumber, beautiful interior and exterior doors, and multiple roofing options that can be delivered to your rooftop. Start your indoor projects at Pike County Lumber too. New or renovated bathrooms are one of their specialties. Updating your flooring, time for a new kitchen, any project from start to finish. You can trust the knowledge and experience at Pike County Lumber.
After the Dupo 17-yard line, trailing Camp Point Central 22-0 on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. And let's see what Coach Klostermeyer and company have come up with here. On this 3rd down play, trips left, single receiver to the right. The quarterback is Ashton Stein. Stein with Stevens standing to his left. Going to need some time to throw here. Now it's a false start as the snap did not occur, and that'll be 3rd and 18.
Prior to the snap, dead ball foul, false start.
So the penalty yards starting to add up a bit for Dupo here. That'll move them back to the 12-yard line and bring up a third down and 18.
You start getting hit a few times and you kind of get discombobulated there, and now they just need a good positive play, does Dupo.
Trips right on the near side here. A receiver all the way out near Clayton on the left. Stein in the shotgun. He is back to pass. Has some time in the pocket. Heaves it downfield toward the sideline. A jump ball, and it's incomplete.
It's going to be out of bounds either way, I do believe, was it not?
Prater was the intended receiver. Yeah, it looked like he was going to be right on the sideline, and it brings up a 4th and 18.
So it'll be
penalty flag here, though, back at the 11, and it's going to be against Dupo. If that's true, Central would turn that down. It's a hold. And Central will turn it down and bring up a 4th and 18 here with 2:43 to play in the first. So penalty declined, and it's 4th down here.
4th and 18, punt time for Dupo again. See if the Panthers can do a little better job taking care of the ball on receiving the punt. They've had some trouble with those the last couple.
So Stevens will be back at his own 2 to punt this away. Pabin and Graves back to receive the punt. It's going to go toward Pabin. I think let's get away from it here, will the Panthers. The ball will roll dead right at the 42. And that's where Central will take over 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line with 2:36 to play in this first quarter of action. Gillette and Twine, located just north of Pittsfield, across from the airport, your local headquarters for concrete lawn ornaments, statues, fountains, benches, and much, much more. Stop by and see Smile and Rick Reel and Tracy at Gillette and Twine, or call 217-285-5013. 1st and 10 at their opponent's 42-yard line for Camp Point Central, trying to add on here in what's been kind of a long first quarter. 2:36 to play, still in the first. In the double wing, Moore under center. Puts Ginnenbacher in motion. We'll hand it to him on the belly play to the left side here. Breaks some tackles. Has the first down and more. He's into the defensive secondary down to the 26-yard line. 16-yard pickup on a 1st and 10.
73 yards already for the young man. 8th first down for the Panthers.
Ginnenbacher doesn't have real sexy numbers on the year, Jack, because they run so many guys. But, hey, when it's time to do something big, that's the guy who's going to get it. Under center again is Moore. He fakes the handoff. Back to pass. Looking downfield. Has Ginnenbacher this time as he stretches out, brings it in, and has the second receiving touchdown of the day for the Panthers from 26 yards out with 2:17 to play in the first.
2 touchdown passes on the 2 throws, 21 and 26 yards. This one comes at the 2:17 mark. And that was quite a catch as Ginnenbacher stretched it out, did he not?
Well, Ginnenbacher is about 6'3", so you have to use that height for something. Now, though, around the handoff on the right side, man stretches out and he gets in for the 2-point try. That's Gavin Graves this time. And the 2-point conversion makes it 30-0. Camp Point Central. 2:17 to play in the first. Back after this on Central Illinois Sports.
If your job situation is changing because of layoffs or restructuring, you may have to make several decisions. One important decision may be what to do with your retirement plan. Make sure your retirement stays on track. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones financial advisor, can help. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC. For nearly 40 years, the Niebuhr Funeral Home has been serving our area with professionalism and compassion. This is our business, our hometown. You can be assured we take great personal pride in serving your family in your time of loss. We're locally owned. We're your friends and neighbors. We care about you and your family. Niebuhr Funeral Home, with locations in Pittsfield and Barry, serving our community with compassion and respect.
With 2:17 to play in the first quarter, it is now a 30-0 Camp Point Central lead.
Ginnenbacher stretched that time, and Moore gave it to him right on his fingertips. He brought it in on the move, and 26 yards to the touchdown. Graves with a 3-yard run for the conversion.
Am I right that the Panthers scored their first touchdown with 6:37 to play in the first? Is that
Correct.
the first score?
Correct.
That's a lot of points in the last 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Eiler, as they fake the onside kick. Hey, one of the YouTube commenters wanted to say the faked onside kick is the dumbest thing ever. I'll pass that along to Brad Dixon. They'll probably take that into account. Here's the kickoff taken by the up man. He'll be taken down as his pants are coming off there right at the end.
Eiler and Riley in on that one, and both of them hit it. And Carter Eiler may have hurt his left hand on that hit.
Caleb McGlasson is the returner, and they nearly de-pantsed the man. He's taken out at the 40, and that's where the Tigers will start 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line with 2:11 to play in the first.
Always love comments from people that really don't know too much about what's going on.
Who is coaching this week? 1st and 10 from the 40.
Home.
2 receivers out to the left-hand side. The quarterback this time is Deegan Prater, the freshman. Single receiver out wide to the right. They don't fake the onside every time. Sometimes they onside it. Prater in the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands it off to Stevens. Stevens looking for the corner left side. Kind of slides up near the 44-yard line. That's where he's taken down. A gain of 4 on the play, 2nd and 6.
He actually looked like he was going to get bigger yardage than that, but after he got hit, he kind of slid to the ground. I agree. Had some big opening on that side, one of the biggest openings I've seen.
Almost like you'd see a quarterback slide out there. 2nd and 6 here for the Tigers. Quarterback Prater in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, breaks a tackle in the backfield. Breaks another tackle and gets a positive gain on the play. A tough couple of yards on that one up to the 46-yard line, 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, he was going to be for about a 4-yard loss, but he shook the man off, and Prater's really kind of walking kind of gingerly now here, Charlie. He doesn't look right.
Well, they've said that he's missed some time at the quarterback spot this season.
Ankle problems then, but he looked like he took a pretty good hit.
1:07 and counting to the first. 30-0 is the Camp Point Central lead. Omni Trucks LLC scoreboard.
We'll hope he's just fine.
Prater takes the snap. Design quarterback run to the left. Looks for an opening and is stood up and driven backwards here. Ball comes loose at the end, and they'll say that the man was down by contact. Forward progress to the 46, no gain, and it's 4th and 4.
Down 30-0, and they're lining up to punt. I didn't know if he'd go for it or not in this situation.
Probably.
Well, punting makes sense. I mean, as you know, Quincy was down 28-0 in the first quarter a week ago and came back and won that game.
Against Rock Island?
Yeah.
And now it kind of looks like they might be going for it. Prater is in there along with Stevens in the backfield. The man who has been punting it was Stein earlier.
Correct.
He split out wide to the left.
Hard count?
Nope. His back to pass goes Prater. Runs toward this. What's he doing? That's the, ooh, that'll be a body slam. That might, that could be unnecessary roughness.
Who was in on the tackle that time?
Man is taken down back at the 35-yard line. He lost 11 yards on a strange play. I'm not exactly sure what it was supposed to be, but there's 0.8 of a second to play in the half, and the Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their opponent's 35-yard line.
Wow. Panthers with great field position on the 35 of Dupo.
You know, I've never seen that play before quite like that. I probably won't see it again if I had to guess. It is a 1st and 10. This will be the final play of the first quarter, barring a defensive penalty. Moore will be under center for the Panthers. Puts Ginnenbacher in motion. Now he'll reset on the right side. They look to the sideline for the updated play call here. Moore puts Ginnenbacher in motion again. Hands it to him on the end-around play. Has the block on the outside 30. 25-yard line, cuts back on a little swim move and is wrestled down near the 20. A pickup on the play of 15 yards. And the first quarter comes to a close. It's 30-0, Camp Point Central over Dupo after 1 quarter of playoff action on Central Illinois Sports.
Here at Mountain Dew, it's easy to tell who really loves the outdoors. For one thing, there's the rack on your car and the hitch on the back of your truck. There's your garage full of toys, from dirt bikes to wakeboards. And there's your cooler full of Mountain Dew, always at the ready. Because when it's time to get out there, climb into your deer stand or your fishing boat, a cooler of ice-cold Mountain Dew, that's as important a piece of outdoor gear as your spinning rod or your four-wheeler. Mountain Dew. Get out and do.
PCRE Real Estate and Auction is your #1 resource for buying or selling real estate in West Central Illinois. With 2 office locations, one in Pike County and the other in Calhoun County, PCRE Real Estate and Auction is the place to go when you're looking to buy or sell farmland, recreational and hunting land, residential or commercial property. See our current listings at PCRERealestate.com or call us at 217-285-5800 for PCRE Real Estate and Auction.
Ready to start the second quarter after a first quarter that took 44 minutes of real time to play 12 minutes of game time. And it's a 30-0 Camp Point Central lead on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Trucks for all of your diesel repair needs. It's Trucks, T-R-U-X. Like them on Facebook. And call 217-922-0044 for all of your diesel repair needs. Camp Point Central starts the second quarter. 1st and 10 at the Dupo 20-yard line. And things after that first series, Jack, have really gone the way of the Panthers.
Panthers have looked very good so far in the early going, and their defense has been the key and catalyst to that. Good field position, a scoop, and a take for a touchdown, a 26-yard to 21-yard pass play, 4 touchdowns. But it was under 7 minutes before they scored the first one, but they've scored early and often since then and lead 30-0 as we go to the second quarter. Update, Ohio State over Penn State, 16-14, 11:44 left in the fourth quarter of play there.
I think we'll refer to the Elijah Ginnenbacher touchdown as the strip and score. How about that? How do you feel? Strip and score.
Can't really call it a scoop, can you?
Well, they almost stripped the pork kid out of his pants over here on the other side right after that, so I think a belt is still a required thing as part of the uniform, isn't it?
It's supposed to be, I believe.
1st and 10 from the 20-yard line here for Camp Point Central. Dupo's on the field, ready to play on the defensive side. They're looking for a turnover here. Central has put the ball on the ground one time today, but it went out of bounds, much to the dismay of the Tigers.
Panthers against Calhoun went 99 yards in 13 plays for a touchdown.
That's about as far as you can go in a high school game. Ready to start the clock here in the second period. Ross Riley has checked in at the fullback spot. Dupo was a man short. So they'll bring the 11th guy on the field. And we're ready to roll. The quarterback, Moore, is under center. Puts a man in motion from the left to the right. Gives it off to Ross Riley up the middle for the gain down to the 1. 19-yard pickup. And it's 1st and goal from the 1.
Riley picks up the 10th first down of the ball game.
Ross Riley with a big run. Let's see if he gets it again here on the 1st and goal play from the 1-yard line. Moore under center. Puts the man in motion. Hands it off to Riley. Riley along the right side behind the offensive line in for the score. So a 4-play drive, I should say, that started at their opponent's 35-yard line. Doesn't take the Panthers long. They score with 11:38 to play in the second and lead 36-0. And the Panthers now will try for the 2-point conversion. So Riley gets the touchdown. He has a score. Ginnenbacher has a couple of scores on the day, one on the receiving side. That's Isaac Ginnenbacher. Elijah Ginnenbacher has a touchdown, a defensive score, and then Pabin has the catch and scamper for the score. And the referee trying to communicate something here. Blew the whistle. Must have just been blowing the play live. Moore is under center. He hands it off to the second back, Pabin. Big hole right side, 2-point try, good. And it is now 38-0, Camp Point Central, as the 2-point play is successful. 11:38 to play in the half. Panthers rolling here. Back after this.
Press Yours On You would like to wish all the area teams the best of luck this year. If you're looking to get your team shirts or just looking for spirit wear for yourself, remember Press Yours On You. We have over 1,400 square foot of retail space in our shop. Stop by and see us and check out our offerings. Business lets us help you promote your brand. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Thank you to everyone in our community for the support over the last 16 years. Thank you for supporting local. Press Yours On You, 506 West Wood, Camp Point, Illinois. Helena Agra of Camp Point, Illinois is a proud sponsor of the broadcast of Camp Point Central football. For all your seed, fertilizer, and ag chemical needs, the experts at Helena Agra, Brian Obert, Dustin Roskamp, are the guys to call. Let them show you the best seed, fertilizer, and ag chemicals to make your farming operation a success. Call 217-593-7761. That's 217-593-7761 for Helena Agra. Helena Agra says, go Panthers!
Eiler ready to kick off once again for the Panthers as they've tacked on another score. He'll kick it on the ground. They didn't fake the onside that time for your one guy that didn't like it. Stevens on the return up near the 30-yard line, still trying to fight forward through the tackle, running hard, and he'll be giving forward progress up to the 34.
Graves in on the tackle that time. Gavin Graves.
1st and 10 from the 34 with 11:30 to play here in the first half. The Pike County Express, your local family-owned newspaper. They've been serving Pike County and the surrounding area since 1991. Check them out each Wednesday on a newsstand near you.
Logan Stevens big enough that Graves hit him, and he kind of carried Graves alongside him for a little while.
So Dupo squad, their program had not been in the playoffs for a while. So it's a successful season, but unfortunately sometimes as a 5-4, you play these 9-0 teams that are just rolling. Here's Stein back to pass. Flushed out of the pocket now, rolling to his right. Throws back across the middle of the field. Had the man open, but in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, and Hunter Cataldo, and to bring up a 2nd and 10.
Didn't have Cataldo in on the...
Wearing the number 6, he's a senior, a wide receiver, linebacker type of fellow. Clock stops with 11:25 to play in the second period. Stein will be the quarterback once again.
That's why it's taken a while. A lot of stop clocks on incompletes.
Stein calls for the snap, back to pass, trying the quick hitter on the right side. Has his receiver out there, and Nick Phillips. Phillips will be taken down up near the 37-yard line. Called 37, a gain of 3 on the play. And 3rd and 7. Again, the clock stopped as he went out of bounds. It should at least, I believe.
11 passes, 2 positive yards, no first downs yet, though.
3rd and 7. 11:21 to play in the half. Stein back to pass, rolling right. He gets rid of it quickly. A ball that is low, and they'll say it was caught. Caught by Nick Phillips for a first down up at the 44. A gain on the play of 7 and a 1st and 10.
First down of the ball game.
So Dupo with a fresh set of downs now, just over 11 minutes to play in the first half. As Stein was able to find Phillips. Stein again in the shotgun. He's back to pass, rolling to his left. Now a little decision to try to tuck it and run, and he is taken down for a loss on the play. Back near the 43-yard line, a loss of a yard, 2nd and 11.
Stein did a good job staying the hold of the ball, though. He had about 5 guys on him, and the ball was kind of out.
Stein is a fairly stoutly built young man. Does not look like your prototypical quarterback. But he used that strength that time to hang on to the ball. And a 2nd and a long 11 here. Stein back to pass. Feels some pressure now. Got a man right in his face, and he'll be taken away. And another scoop and score for the Panthers. This time it's Reese Wilkie. Wilkie picks it up and returns it from the
32 is what I had.
33-yard line officially. A 33-yard scoop and score for Reese Wilkie. Wilkie, the 6-foot, 185-pound junior, gets the score, and Camp Point Central leads 44-0. Their second defensive score of the day.
Ball came loose that time, and away he went. We're calling it what, 30?
We officially called it 33, but we just make it up anyway. So 10-18 to play in the
I had 32,
half.
you had 33. We're pretty close.
Mason, where was it at, do you think? Where do you think they picked it up at? About the 33?
Just say yes.
I'll go for 2 here now. Well, the Panthers up 44-0. Moore takes a snap, hands it off to Griffin, and he's in untouched for the 2-point try. 46-0. Camp Point Central continues to roll here. 10-18 to play in the first half. Back after this.
The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and will carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517. Camp Point Central Sports are proud to have Dear Western Grain as a sponsor of this broadcast. Dear Western Grain, there for you for all your grain and feed needs. Why don't you give them a call and check out all the locations of Dear Western Grain? With locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Western Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461, or on the web at dearwesterngrain.com.
Ball is returned on the kickoff here by the Tigers. Nick Phillips. And then penalty flags fly on both sides, and I think you're going to see 2 personal fouls called here against Dupo on late hits.
Yep.
Nick Phillips on the return.
Phillips is the man that got the ball outside the 35. Out to what, the 43? Then we saw 2 flags come out. See what happens.
Referees will sort it out. It's a.
You got to be careful if you're the Panthers not to be caught in this trap because you don't want to lose anybody for next week's game.
Yep. Pack of zebras here in the middle of the field at about the 38-yard line. There's a flag on both sides, one at the 45, one at the 49. And the white hat will come and tell us it is a dead ball. Holding live play. That is going to be enforced. And then after the play, dead ball, personal foul. So that's going to be 25 yards worth of penalties.
Yep.
And instead of, again, decent field position here for Dupo, they're going to shoot themselves in the paw and move them back.
Third personal foul of the ball game, and we're still in the first half with 10-13 left in the first half. And you'll start seeing people get ejected if they keep that up.
Hope not.
I hope not either.
I hope not to see that kind of stuff.
Not for the kids. I want to see them play, but you got to clean it up.
Well, yeah, I mean, you always have to remember it's a football game, not a fight, and there's a difference. Fred Steinway getting his steps in today, marching these penalty yards off here. He'll set the ball down inside the 20 at about the, what do we call it, 17? Call it the 18. First and 10 for Dupo with 10-13 to play in the first half.
30, 48, 50, 42, 35, and the 18. This is our worst field position of the day.
Quarterback Stein is in the shotgun. Nope, he's not. Prater's in the shotgun. The freshman takes a snap. Designed run to the right-hand side. He spun backwards and now is going to be slung to the ground for a loss. Back near the 15-yard line. A loss of 3 on the play. Second down and 13.
Niekamp, the freshman, and Elijah Ginnebacher, the sophomore, in on the tackle. What, loss of 3?
Yes, sir. Second and 13 here. This Panther defense has not surrendered very many points on the season. 28 to Beardstown. I mean, that was more than they gave up the rest of the games combined.
That's the only time they gave up more than 1 score, even.
Second down and 13. Clock counting down at the 9:33 mark of this first quarter. Let's spread them out wide to either side as Prater will be back to pass. He's got some pressure. Look out. Steps up, avoids the rush. Now slips and, looks like he's okay. The way he went down, I thought he maybe turned an ankle. He was just upset with himself and is taken down at the 14, caught the 13-yard line. Loss of 2 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 15.
Reese Wilkie was closing in on him that time, but he went down first.
Would we assume that's Wilkie's first touchdown when he returned that one a while ago? He was looking for another one right there. 8:55 to play in the second quarter. Prater is the quarterback, trips left. Single man to the right. He's back to pass. Has some time. Throwing a deep downfield and incomplete. Incomplete pass. 10 receiver was 10 Stags. And a pretty good ball that time by Prater, just overthrown by about 5 yards. Stops the clock, and it's 4th and long here in a punting situation for Dupo.
Dupo has 1 first down on the day. They got it the last time they had the ball. They'll punt here with 8:39 left in the first half of play. 46-0 in favor of the Panthers here.
I'm not a soccer expert, but isn't there a certain time in soccer they have the turbo clock? You need to have that in football, just in case, like if it gets to 50 or more in the first half, it should run too. Now the Panthers will not send a man back to return the punt, and they'll have it at their own 42-yard line to start this drive. 1st and 10 from their own 42. 8:28 to play in the first half. And see what kind of personnel they're sending out here, Jack.
Well, I think you'll see the first team through the first half. That'd be usual.
It's just one of those things that you
got to be careful.
Yeah, you got to be wary of any kind of extracurricular type of
Josh
activity.
Alford is off the field right now on the sidelines. He's usually a starting tight end.
1st and 10 for the Panthers. Moore, the quarterback, under center. From their own 42. Puts a man in motion. Hands it off to Griffin up the middle. Both hands around the ball. He'll be tripped up, taken down right at the 50-yard line. And it'll be pick up on the play of 8 yards and a 2nd and 2. What the Panthers do on the offensive side is not fancy, but it is effective.
Riley into the game. They basically run about 8 plays out of about 3 different sets.
2nd and 2 from midfield. Just under 8 minutes to play in the half. They'll give it to the second back this time. Outside, it's Graves. Graves now tries to cut back and is taken down inside the 35. Slung down at the 33. 17-yard pickup and a 1st and 10.
Positive yardage for Graves. He's got 16 yards on 3 carries now.
1st and 10.
12th first down of the ball game for the Panthers with 7:45 and counting left in the first half. 46-0 Panthers on the Trucks LLC scoreboard here on Central Illinois Sports. Charlie Hull and myself, Jack Hull, bringing you the contest today.
Glad you're with us this afternoon. Double wing formation as Moore will be under center. Puts a man in motion. He'll hand it off to the motion man this time.
Lauderback.
And Lauderback. Lauderback looks for running room. Not much there. Gets down to the 30-yard line. A gain of 3. On his first carry of the day for Hunter Lauderback. Hunter is a 6 foot, 175-pound senior.
Also plays linebacker. Now into the ball game for the Panthers comes Wyatt Shimmerhorn. You see Lauderback come out. Shimmerhorn will show you some quickness.
6:50 to play in the half. Moore, the quarterback, sets up under center. Puts a man in motion. Hands it off to Riley. Riley on the right side. Falls forward. Gets down near the 25-yard line. A gain of 5. And this should bring up a 3rd and a long 2.
36 yards now for Riley. He's carried the ball 5 times today.
Simplifying things a little bit here on the offensive side even more and running it between the tackles. 6:23 and counting in the first half. Up 46-0 is Camp Point Central.
Lauderback in. Shimmerhorn comes to the sidelines this time. Riley in the fullback position. Paben on the left wing.
Moore under center. Calls the line set. Puts a man in motion. Hands to the fullback Riley. Has the first down of Moore. Bounces off of a man and is down all the way inside the 10 near the 8-yard line. 17-yard pickup and a 1st and goal from the 8.
Riley picks up their 13th first down of the game.
How many programs would Ross Riley be a starting fullback for?
Oh, my. Well, how about Lauderback, Shimmerhorn? I mean, they'll run 10, 11 guys. Riley comes out of the game now as Griffin in, and Cole Prock comes to the sideline.
1st and goal from the 8. Moore looks to his right, looks to his left, now under center. Puts Shimmerhorn in motion, looking for a running room there, and he's not going to find it. And so he'll be taken down by Colton Skaggs. Skaggs on the stop for a little bit of a loss, I think, on the play here. They'll set the ball at the 10, loss of 2. 2nd and goal from the 10.
Shimmerhorn's got to be able to get that corner turned, and that time had 2 defenders. Nice job by Dupo on the play. Here comes Lauder back into the game.
2nd and goal from the 10.
Ashton Stein was one of the men that came up that time and made the play, along with Logan Stevens.
Under center is Moore. Puts a man in motion. Hands it off to the fullback in Griffin. Griffin will be down near the 7. Gain of 3. 3rd and goal here.
43 yards for Griffin now on 7 carries. He's been their leading ball carrier much of the season, he and Riley.
So 3rd and goal from the 7-yard line, 4:27 counting of the half.
Graves and Ginenbacher back in at the wings. Ginenbacher on the right side, Graves on the left, with Griffin playing fullback.
So you're trying to tell me that Isaac Ginenbacher is about to get another carry right here, huh?
Or maybe Graves. A little different formation, a little lost that eye.
Under center is Moore. He will hand it off to Ginenbacher. Left side, cuts it up, runs over a man, and is in for the score. Ginenbacher with his 3rd touchdown of the day. 4:03 to play in the half.
7 yards, I believe.
7 yards, that makes it 52-0.
Comes with 4:03 left in the half, and you won't see many of those guys on the offensive side anymore today.
Yeah.
You may even see Elijah Ginenbacher have to switch jerseys after Blewett runs the quarterback for a little bit.
4:03 to play in the half. 2-point try here. Moore under center. Takes the snap, hands it off to Riley along the right side. Goes in untouched for the 2-point conversion. 54-0. Camp Point Central on top. Rolling here. 4:03 to play in the half on Central Illinois Sports.
Call Best Systems Builders for all your insulation needs. We are a full-service insulation contractor offering both open and closed cell spray foam, blown cellulose, and fiberglass installation. Best Systems has 2 BPI certified professionals ready to inspect your home or business today. You may qualify for incentives through the American Act on Energy program. Call Scott or Michael at 217-285-6005 for your free estimate, or visit us online at gobestsystems.com and start saving money on your energy bill today. Williams Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy is your headquarters for quality used vehicles. Shop their 439 North 3rd location Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9 to 2. Check out their inventory of WilliamsAutoSalesQuincy.com or call Tony the Truck Guy at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy, wishing the Panthers the best of luck this year. Give them a call at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales.
4:03 to play in the half. 54-0, the advantage for Camp Point Central. Eiler kicks this one off, and it'll be taken by Stevens at about the 19. Across the 20, 25, 30-yard line. Stops and is taken down on a tackle there by Darren Rigg. Rigg took Stevens down in the mano-a-mano tackle at the 30, and that's where the Tigers start 1st and 10 at their own 30 with 3:58 to play in this half.
Folks from Jerseys and Bowlers Universe got to be having a good time today watching the game with the crowd around there. We'll try to see the folks at Jerseys after the game. You could stop by too. Great food, great smoked foods.
1st and 10 from the 30-yard line for Dupo. He'll come out with a like a power eye, I guess. Stein takes the handoff, hands it off to the deep back in Prater. Prater will be taken down up forward progress of about a half a yard.
Connor Griffin playing defense now and got the tackle.
Called a 2nd and 9.
Who was the ball carrier? I'm sorry.
Prater.
Thank you.
He started about 9 yards deep. 3:37 of the clock, counting down to this first half. We will have the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Jack will have to take his shoes off to count up all the yardage here in the first half. Here's a handoff to the first back through. This is Cole Putnam. Putnam will be slung down up near the 33-yard line. 2-yard gain. 3rd and 7. Blewett and Alford in on the stop. 3rd and 7 yards to go here.
Minden playing Knoxville, I think, right?
The Bullets?
Oh, no, they'd be a 2A. Well, that's true. They're 2As.
Minden would be a 2A as well.
Both 2As.
It's funny how they do that in the postseason. 2As
Greenfield
play 2As.
Northwestern and Calhoun playing today, and we'll try to get you an updated score on that one.
3rd down here with just under 3 minutes to play in the half. Stein takes the snap, hands it off to Prater, and Prater will be taken down. They'll get a little bit of a quicker whistle here as he was smothered back near the 30-yard line. A loss on the play of 3, and it's 4th and 10.
Griffin and Wilkie in on the tackle. Minus 10 yards for Prater on 8 carries so far. Wilkie's had a good day today.
Rochester's up on Effingham 21-14 with 7.5 seconds left in the first half of that game. Athens leads Carmi-White County 7-0 in the first.
Pretty good games around the state of Illinois. Of course, you can go to ihsa.org score zone to get some of those scores.
2 minutes to play in the first half. Clock counting down.
We're short a man for the punt, so they're waiting for that man to come out. Now a penalty flag on the delay of game.
So that'll be a 5-yard penalty and make it 4th and 15.
5-yard penalty, offense, ball to the 25-yard line.
1:53 to play in the half. Clock will start on the whistle.
At halftime, we'll hear from the Central High School Marching Panther Band and have a performance by the
Unity actually down 20-0 at the half. My mistake.
A 15-minute halftime break plus a 3-minute warm-up.
The girls will be playing Monday night. I think we're going to do that game, are we not?
Volleyball? I believe we'll have to talk to the shoe and see what he tells us. Here's a high punt by Prater. Panthers don't have anybody back there to receive it, and it will take a roll and die right at the 44-yard line.
Prater down to the 44-yard line of the Panthers.
That's where Camp Point Central starts this drive. 1st and 10 from their own 44 with 1:42 to play in the half.
8th possession for the Panthers on the day. They've had 2 defensive scoop and scores, and the Panthers will have the ball with what?
1:42. 8-0 Greenfield Northwestern has the lead over Calhoun. It looks like. Don't have a time.
They started that at 2 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken.
Pretty quick score then, wouldn't it? I think the Panthers are going to kneel the end of the half out here. With 1:42 to play in the half, they will. They'll take a couple of knees here. It's 54-0. Really, no reason to add on much here. No reason to do anything that might cause an injury. So a 1-yard loss by Moore. It's 2nd and 11.
80 seconds to go. The 2 40-second clocks to get there.
So a couple more knees is Dupo, I guess, could call a timeout.
I don't think you'll see them do that.
Well, one wouldn't believe so, but one has been surprised by things before. 2nd and 11 here. Don't see this a lot in the first half of games.
No, but both teams trying to use their heads here.
Yep. Moore again, the quarterback under center, takes a knee. A 1-yard loss. 3rd and 12.
Fred Steinway's taking control of the game there, though. He's not backing out. He's staying right in there.
And this will be the final play of the first half. As Moore again will be under center. Takes the snap, takes the knee. And we'll head to halftime. The Little Jess Motors halftime show where the Camp Point Central Panthers are having it their way. 54-0. The advantage over Dupo. At the halftime break, we've got halftime stats and analysis your way after this.
Here at Little Jess, we value hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership. We have a respect for heritage and tradition and believe in the pursuit of building legacies, breaking records, and putting forth award-winning results. That's why supporting schools and local teams is one of our favorite and most exciting parts of our business. For over 7 decades, we strive daily to use those same values as a foundation to meet our community's automotive needs and support our future generations. Little Jess Motors, serving our community since 1969.
I love working in spine care because when patients get better, there's no better feeling than that.
We both, Alexis and I, take a lot of time listening to their story. which is important so the patients know that we are caring and are thinking about them and not just about their back or just about their neck. You start with a story, you add the exam information, and then you come up with what's causing this problem, and then a treatment plan.
For the past 4 years, I've had the honor of serving our community as the Pike County Clerk and Recorder. Within those years, I have completed the first ever internal payroll audit in Pike County history, increased revenue with the recording department with implementation of record availability, and administered and or written over $3.75 million in grant monies. I would appreciate your support to continue this progress, and please vote Roseberry on November 8th.
Paid for by the Pike County Republican Central Committee.
Since 1921, Farmers State Bank of Camp Point has been a vital part of our community's history. We are proud of our growth, our community leadership, and our success, which is only possible because of all those who shared this journey with us. We are grateful to the generations of loyal customers, families, businesses, employees, officers, and directors who have shaped not only our story, but our entire communities. Thank you. We look forward to serving you and your future generations for the next 100 years. Farmers State Bank and Camp Point. Together, we are a strong, united community.
Back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show, 54-0. Camp Point Central has the large lead over Dupo. And Jack's got to look at your halftime stats.
Well, let's look at scoring first. Panthers led the game 30-0 after one quarter, 54-0 here at halftime. And the Panthers would not score until the 6:37 mark of the first quarter on a 54-yard run by Isaac Ginnenbacher. Ginnenbacher with the carry for the 3 yards for the two-point conversion. Panthers led it 8-0. They would get the ball back again, and at the 3:48 mark of the first quarter on a 21-yard pass play from Nick Moore to Drew Pabin, they would go up 14-0. The run 4-point after was no good, and the Panthers led 14-0. They would score twice more in the first quarter, one on a scoop and score by Elijah Ginnenbacher on a fumble. 20 yards he went on the play. At the 3:45 mark, Isaac Ginnenbacher with the two-point conversion, 22-0 Panthers. Then they would score again at the 2:17 mark of the first quarter. 26-yard pass play to Isaac Ginnenbacher from Moore for the touchdown. Graves would run it in for the 3-yard run for the two-point conversion. It was 30-0 Panthers after one quarter. Panthers would score again at the 11:46 mark of the second quarter. 1-yard run by Riley after Ross Riley had run the ball 15 yards. He runs it for 1 yard for the touchdown. Pabin on the 3-yard run for the point after, 38-0 Panthers. They would score again on a 33-yard scoop and score, this time by Reese Wilkie. It comes at the 10:18 mark of the first half of play. Griffin on the 3-yard run, 46-0. Panthers would score on a 7-yard run with 4:03 left in the half on the run by Isaac Ginnenbacher for 7 yards. Riley on the 3-yard run, point after, 54-0. Panthers would kneel it out the rest of the half, and the Panthers lead it 54-0 on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Little Jess Motors, Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Quincy, Illinois. The place to go for your next vehicle purchase. Their staff is committed to making the car buying process simple and making sure customers' needs are satisfied. More from LittleJessMotor.com. Stop by and see them at 3431 Main Street in Quincy. Panthers lead at 54-0. Individual stats come your way after these.
Adney Home Improvement is a family-owned company with Christian values. We have a passion for helping our customers find the best products at a great price. We understand making a large purchase of windows and doors for your home is a big investment. Our mission is to be completely upfront with you. We have built our business on trust and reputation. We depend on our customers to refer us to friends and family for their home improvement needs. Call 573-221-0886. We finish what we start with quality for you. Adney Home Improvement's 100% satisfaction is what we build our business on.
If you're near retirement or thinking about retiring, you probably have questions. How do you make your savings last? How much should you take out and when? You're ready for retirement, but are your finances? Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Derek Harris, can help you build a strategy to help your finances keep up with your needs over the long haul. You've done what it takes to get there. Now it's time to make the most of retirement. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois for a face-to-fact appointment. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Carlson, and Brad Wellman, Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you. Few things compare to Camp Point Central's fans' dedication to the Panthers. The same can be said about Channel and the farmers they serve. You see, unlike other seed companies, they don't have salesmen. With Channel, you get the advantage of a dedicated Channel seedsman, a trusted year-round advisor who can provide the right recommendations for your fields. It's their hands-on approach that truly sets them apart. Customized service, expert advice, elite seed management products. Find your Channel seedsman at channel.com or contact local district sales manager Matt Hughes at 217-242-8852.
Camp Point Central leads 54-0 over the Dupo Tigers here at halftime. Looking at Dupo's individual stats in the first half. First of all, they've raced the ball 15 times for a -4 yards. -10 yards by Deegan Prater as he's been sacked a few times on 8 carries. 5 positive yards for Logan Stevens on 4 carries. -1 yard for Ashton Stein on 1 single carry and a 2-yard carry for Cole Putnam for 2 yards. Their total of a -4 yards in the first half. They're 6 of 13 passing on the day for 9 positive yards. 7 of those to Nick Phillips on 2 catches and 3 attempts on the day. 2 yards for Logan Stevens on 1 catch and 3 attempts on the day. And Ashton Stein has thrown the ball 13 times, 6 catches, 13 positive yards, so a total of 9 positive yards in the first half for the Dupo Tigers. For Camp Point Central, they've carried the ball 33 times for 230 yards, passed the ball 3 times, 2 of 3 for 47 yards. Both of those passes were touchdown passes. 26 yards to Isaac Ginnenbacher, 21 yards to Drew Paben. Both of those coming from Nick Moore in the first half. Rushing, Isaac Ginnenbacher, 95 yards on 9 carries, 56 yards for Ross Riley on 7 carries, a -2 for Wyatt Chimmerhorn in the first half. Gavin Graves has 3 carries for 16 total yards, -3 for Nick Moore on those 3 kneels in the first half. Drew Paben, 2 carries, 12 yards, 43 yards for Connor Griffin on 7 carries, and 3 yards for Hunter Lauterbach in the first half. 5 yards and penalties against the Panthers, 75 on Dupo, 3 of those on personal fouls. Panthers lead it 54-0 here on the Little Jess Motor halftime show.
54-0 Panthers on top. Back after this.
From our trucks to their lunch trays, to your local hospital, to your favorite pub, and to your kitchen table. For more than 60 years, Dot Foods and Dot Transportation have been stocking the shelves of your hometown. Sure, we've grown a lot, but at our core, we're still small-town, family-run businesses that care about our communities and the people who keep us running. Join the Dot family today and be part of something bigger.
Hey guys, it's James and Todd coming at you from Jersey's here. Hey, and it is a beautiful day outside.
Catch all the action at Jersey's in Camp Point. Fresh, made-to-order sandwiches, wraps, horseshoes. Check out our brisket bacon burger, our Nashville hot chicken. Fried chicken every Thursday night. Enjoy an afternoon on the patio or catch a game on one of our 7 TVs. Queen of Hearts drawing every Wednesday at 7 o'clock.
Todd, you got some beers for us?
Hey, you know what? It's time for that segment.
We love beer!
Ice cold draft beer, unmatched craft selection, and signature drinks. Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point, your hometown sports bar.
When you're ready to make your dream kitchen and bathroom a reality, find inspiration at Pike County Lumber in Pittsfield. It starts with a 3D design so you can see every angle and every custom detail. Traditional style or the newest trends. We'll create a design to fit your lifestyle. Your custom kitchen and bathroom will have the features that you need. A large versatile island for work or entertaining. Quartz countertops. Quality onyx that offers dozens of colors. From start to finish, trust the knowledge and experience at Pike County Lumber.
Here in Pittsfield, we're focused on maintaining a healthy, diverse economic base to increase opportunities for our residents. Economic factors greatly affect a community's overall potential, and we strive to continue our prosperous culture. The availability of both commercial and industrial employment centers, And new lucrative entrepreneurship opportunities are major assets for growth and development here in Pittsfield. In addition to providing employment and income to people, Pittsfield also boasts several tax incentive districts to further facilitate economic growth. Examples of growth and success can be seen throughout Pittsfield. Pittsfield is located within Pike County and widely known for the abundance of white-tailed deer, and is also home to companies that have capitalized from the region's natural resources. Located over on Madison Street, Whitetail Properties is a major local and international employer that truly embodies the local and economic spirit of Pittsfield. State-of-the-art communications and telecommuting are available here. Be sure to catch their televised series throughout the week on the Sportsman Channel. Come grow and be a part of something great in Pittsfield, Illinois.
Wish you had extra cash for a vacation, a boat, a new car, projects around the house? Free up more cash for the things you want by taking advantage of low interest rates. Refinance your home with Great Rivers Bank and keep more of your money by lowering your monthly payment. Start the process online at greatriversbank.bank and work with one of our experienced loan officers to get the lowest rate possible. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show, 54-0 is the Camp Point Central lead over Dupo here at the halftime break. It'll be a running clock second half and move much quicker than what we saw the first half. Take here this afternoon. I want to take a look at some scores from around the state of Illinois on the 1A side of things. Bridgeport, Red Hill, and Salt Fork of Catlin are tied at 7 points apiece headed to the second quarter. Morrison on top of Ottawa by a score of 6-0 at the halftime break there. Of course, that's Ottawa Marquette. We also knew an 8-0 lead for Greenfield Northwestern over Calhoun after a quarter of action. They're in a tight ball game, kind of like we thought it had potential to be. On the 2A side of things, Mercer County leads Bloomington Central Catholic 8-7 with 5 minutes to play in the first. Johnston City has a 28-7 lead over Flora with 9 minutes to play in the third. Knoxville leads Mendon Unity, 8 minutes to play in the third period, 20-0 Knoxville on top. Redbud leading Nashville at the half, 20-14. And Vandalia has the advantage over Arthur, Lovington, Atwood, Hammond, 13-7 at the halftime break. On the 3A side, Pecatonica Dupec leading 45-8 over Chicago Catless Maria. Bree Central led Mount Zion in 4A 14-3. Rochester led Effingham 21-14 at the halftime break of that contest. Peoria High School on top of Decatur MacArthur 40-8 at half in 5A. Rockford Boylan Catholic leads Country Club Hills of Hillcrest 16-0 at the halftime of their contest here this afternoon. Here it's a 54-0 advantage for this Camp Point Central squad, dominant in just about every facet of the game here over the Dupo Tigers, and looking to head to the second round where they will play the winner of Cesar-Valier and Central A&M of Moweaqua. So we'll be awaiting some score updates from that contest later today. We can tell you that Athens leads Carmi-White County 15-8 with 8:37 left in the first quarter of their contest. Metamora leads Jacksonville 16-8 after the first quarter. Rushville Industry is on top of Toledo Cumberland on the road 8-7 after one in their contest. Here's an update from the Cesar-Valier game. Cesar-Valier 7, Central A&M nothing. 2:27 to play in the first quarter of that contest. As we told you earlier, if Cesar-Valier is the opponent of Camp Point Central, they'll play right here. If Central A&M wins that contest, it would be played in Moweaqua next week. Either way, we'll have the game for you here on Central Illinois Sports. The final break of the Little Jess Motors halftime show. We'll kick off the second half next with Camp Point Central on top, 54-0.
Did you know that PCRE Real Estate and Auction now offers a full-service auction alternative? Farmland, residential real estate, commercial real estate, estates, guns, antiques, farm equipment, and commercial equipment are a few examples that the experienced auction team is ready to assist you with. Our team can make the auction experience less stressful and smooth. Check out our next auctions at our new auction location at 500 Piper Lane in Pittsfield, or call 217-430-2985 and speak with Jason Duke to learn more.
It's time to say Pepsi, please, at your local county market. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market, your best value for delicious drinks to get ready for every game. Stop by your local county market to pick up your favorite Pepsi products today. Stock up for your next family get-together. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market for the best price around on all your Pepsi products. You love them and they've got them at County Market. Stop by today and say, Pepsi, please, at your local county market. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville with locations in Griggsville, Mount Sterling, and Pittsfield. Maybe you ask, why choose Farmers National Bank of Griggsville? The answer is simple. Local people, local decisions, and local commitment with local investments. We have many products and services to meet your needs. We invite you to find out more about us. Go to fmbgriggsville.com and explore all the services we offer. Visit any of our 3 friendly locations in Mount Sterling, Griggsville, and Pittsfield today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, local people helping local people, member FDIC. Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Damon Plumbing offers septic installation, drain cleaning, new water lines, remodel work for your home, or if you're planning a new build, make sure you include the Damon boys. To get it right the first time, no job too big. Have you seen Braden and Doug? Or too small? Sorry, Corby, couldn't resist. Call Braden at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family.
Just about ready to roll here to start this third period on Central Illinois Sports. Glad you're hanging around with us this afternoon. Second half brought to you in part by Waters Concrete. Tim Waters and his crew, they offer quality concrete for your new build, driveways, sidewalks, decorative patios, anything with concrete. It's Waters Concrete, ready to serve you with solid work. 309-252-1052. It's Waters Concrete.
Any surprises in the scores that you reported there, Charlie?
I haven't seen a ton that I'm really surprised by, no.
Brown County leading Tuscola 8-7 after one quarter. That's a good one for them. They've got their work cut out for them, though.
It is. So Central's going to get the ball to start the second half.
That is correct. Yep. Actually, Dupo won the flip, so they didn't defer to the second half, and they took the ball, and the Panthers, who have had the ball on the 30, 48, 50, 42, 35, 42, and 44 so far today. Had a lot of possessions, have they not?
Yes.
And with those incomplete passes, we've had a long first half.
Yes, the second half will be a lot quicker. It'll take about 25 minutes, and this one will be donezo. Barring a timeout, touchdown, or injury, this clock will keep on rolling. Sam Stuffle has it teed up, ready to kick it off for Dupo.
This is the location you'll be able to find our game next week, too. Stay tuned on our Facebook page to find out the times.
Stuffle is ready to go, gets the whistle from the official, and will put his boot into this one, headed toward the sideline, and will take a bounce, picked up by the Panthers. That's Ginnenbacher. Elijah Ginnenbacher returns it up near the 33-yard line, and that's where Central will start first and 10 at their own 33. 11:50 and counting here in the third.
Elijah Ginnenbacher is a running back also, but he went to that number 51 in the middle linebacker number and gave up his 33 number. There's just so many running backs. He did come in and was a backup quarterback when they went third string earlier in the season.
Gavin Blewett's in at quarterback. He, of course, played a couple of games when Moore was injured.
Shimmerhorn on the right wing, I see.
Under center is Blewett. A little trouble with the snap. Now turns and runs it upfield himself, protecting the ball, taken down shy of the 40 near the 39-yard line. A gain of 6 on the play. It'll be a second down and 4.
When you know you're living right, you turn around to hand the ball to somebody, nobody's there, and you still got plenty of room to run.
Second and 4. Clock rolling here in the third period. Panthers, been a while since they've been bounced in the first round. They had a couple of years in a row where they had that occur, but it's been a while. And
Tuscola one year, quite a few years ago when they were 5-5.
It's not going to happen today. But trying to get over that second round hump next week. Blewett takes the snap, hands it off to Riley. Riley has the first down, it appears, as he's up near the 43-yard line. A gain on the play of 4 yards and a first and 10.
15th first down for the Panthers.
So a fresh set of downs, moves the chains. The clock rolls no matter what here in the second half. Riley comes out as
Zach Ware in, and I think he'll be running fullback now.
Ware is a 5'11", 160-pound freshman.
Bush comes in and does that too, and does it quite well. JV team this year looked like they had a fairly decent season.
We'll let the play clock run quite a ways down here as Blewett will be under center. Puts a man in motion, Skimmerhorn. Hands it off to the fullback, and Zach Ware gets it across the 50 to the 49. A gain of 8 yards on the play. 2nd and 2.
Dupo tacklers 20 and 26.
Where do they get these guys, Jack?
One after the other. Zach Ware is a 5'11", 160-pound freshman. A lot of underclassmen on this team. Isaac Ginnenbacher and Gavin Graves will graduate, as will Riley. Some of their line.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good numbers here for Central, though. And, you know, the funny thing is when you win, everybody wants to be part of it, right?
Yeah, they do a lot of speed
sure
training.
Helps.
A lot of speed training.
Yeah. 9 minutes and counting to the third. 2nd and 2. Blewett, the quarterback, puts a man in motion, takes the snap, hands it off to the second back coming around the right-hand side. Ball carrier is Jack Thompson, it looks like there.
Jack Thompson.
Jack Thompson all the way to the 30-yard line, a 19-yard pickup and a 1st and 10. Jack Thompson, if you're checking your programs, is a 6'1", 150-pound junior.
How many yards for him?
Picked up 19 on that first touch of the day.
16 first downs now for the Panthers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 guys have run the ball so far today.
12 guys that have run the ball in a positive manner, in fact. The quarterback Blewett comes to the sideline to get the play. He's back to the huddle with 18 seconds on the play clock. 8-11 and counting in this third period. 54-0 the Central lead. In Dupo Tiger territory at the 30. Blewett takes the snap. Hands it off to the fullback. Bush is the ball carrier. He'll get forward progress for a couple of yards to the 28.
28-yard line.
2nd and 8 here.
Bush is a young man that's come in and run it fullback in the last part of games and done quite well.
Connor Bush is a 5'8", 160-pound sophomore.
I'd be willing to bet you that Bush has over 300 yards rushing on the season. But there's a group of people. Nobody's going to get close to 1,000. Nobody's run it enough consistently to do that. Bush comes out of the game. I think Ware back in.
Just over 7 minutes to play in the third. Blewett will be under center on a 2nd and 8. Takes the snap. Hands it off to the fullback. This time it's Ware. Ware breaks the tackle. He's got the first down. Down to the 18-yard line. A pickup on the play of 10 yards. And a 1st and 10.
Ware actually was tackled about 5 yards out. And kind of another burst out there. Into the game is Asher Carroll, a 6', 175-pound junior. Also out on the field now is Jaden Summey, a 5'10", 215-pound sophomore. They're replacing some linemen.
Nathan Post has checked in.
Yep.
Post is a 5'8", 205-pound sophomore.
You see Rigg coming out of the game. So most of the starters are on the sidelines now.
6:27 and counting to this third period. Blewett under center for the Panthers. He takes the snap, hands it off to the first back. Ball carrier's down near the 16-yard line. See who comes up off the pile.
That's Ware.
Ware. All right. 2-yard gain on the play. 2nd and 8.
20 yards and 3 carries for Ware, the freshman.
Not the most exciting 6 minutes in football, but the Panthers picking up positive yardage. Doing what they're trying to do, running the clock down.
They're really looking at that play clock and trying to get it to wind down before they hike the ball. Shorten this game. 54-0. Hey, over the years, the Panthers have been on the other side of this many times.
Blewett takes a look at the play clock under center. Puts a man in motion. Hands it off to the first back again. No, hands it off to the second back. The Skimmerhorn trying to get the corner. Stiff arms a man and is ridden down near the 12.
11-yard line.
Caught a 5-yard gain on the play, and 3rd and 3.
Schimmerhard now positive yards of 3 and 2 carries.
He's one of the guys that's trying to bounce it outside, get that corner all the time, because once he does, you don't usually catch him.
Coach Ray is giving Gavin Blewett a little bit of a break. He'll send the play in with Bush. Ware will come out. Blewett says, thank you very much. I don't have to run that extra 30 yards.
At the far hash, 4:47 to play in the 3rd. Panthers come to the line on this 3rd, and it's a long 3 if it's a 3, isn't it? We'll call it a long 3. Blewett under center with 10 seconds on the play clock. There's the hard count. Now he takes the snap. Hands it off to the fullback in Bush. Bush is turned backwards after a short gain. To around the 9, it looks like maybe. Let's see where they set the ball. The 10, give them a gain of a yard, and it's 4th and 3. Under 4 minutes to play in this 3rd period. So
Bush,
4th down.
Bush comes out of the game. Ware back in.
The Tigers have everybody up in the box just trying to play against this run. They've got a 6-man front. Blewett will set up under center on the 4th and 3. Puts a man in motion. Draws the whole defensive front off sides and gets a first down.
Yep, that'll be a first down. 5-yard penalty on the offsides.
That'll move it to the 5. And bring up a 1st and goal from the 5.
18th first down of the ball game.
It's one of those situations where you're down 54-0. Maybe you don't blitz the linebackers, but 3:18 to play in the 3rd. What do I know? I mean, everybody was coming that time.
Yeah.
Someone out on it.
It's one of those things where when the other team has their 2nd and 3rd team guys in, play it straight up, tackle to tackle. That's what they're going to do is run the fullback. You can stack it in the middle with no problem. And try to everybody stay healthy.
Illinois touchdown? Oh, it had to have been Tommy DeVito. 2:52 to play in the 3rd. Future NFL Hall of Famer Tommy DeVito for the Illini today. Under center is Blewett here on a 1st and goal from the 5. Takes the snap, hands it off to the fullback. Down to the 1. Ware on the carry, a 4-yard pickup. It'll bring up a 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. Prater on the stop for Dupo. 2:25 and counting in this 3rd period. Trucks LLC is our scoreboard sponsor. Trucks 217-922-0044. DeVito to Williams on the touchdown, 46 yards.
Ohio State's going to get the win over Penn State. They lead 44-31 with 27 seconds left in that contest.
2nd and goal here from the 1 for the Panthers. Trying to get another score here. Why not? Not doing anything fancy. He's running it right at him. Blewett under center. Dupo shows blitz. They hand it off to the fullback. Ware. And he's in for the score. So Zach Ware takes it in. The 2nd group finds some success on the scoring side. 60-0 Camp Point Central with 1:47 to play in the 3rd.
Is that on a 2-yard run?
1-yard run, I call it.
Okay.
So a touchdown with the 2nd group and a 2-point try coming here. And they will kneel the 2-point try, it looks like. So going to intentionally take the knee on the 2. With 1:47 to play here in the 3rd, it's Camp Point Central, 60-0.
Hi, I'm Gage Weir, and I'm running for Pike County Treasurer. Just like our Sockies and Wolves football under the Friday Night Lights, it's time to get our head in the game this November. As your treasurer, I will ensure to hit high marks of success, and I will not pass an opportunity to help keep Pike County affordable for all of us who call it home. As a lifelong resident of Pike County, I know the importance of dedicated and faithful elected officials who work tirelessly for Pike County. That is why we must break through the line of inefficiency and ensure transparency between government and the people it serves. Let's tackle Pike County's fiscal responsibility together. Don't fumble your vote. vote Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer this upcoming November.
Paid for by Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer.
1:47 to play in the third period. Camp Point Central starts at their own 33-yard line, and they run 13 plays. Capped off by a 1-yard run by Zach Weir to make it 60-0. The Panthers took the knee on the 2-point try.
New kickoff man, I think it's Crooks, if I'm not mistaken. Wes Crooks, 58, is that right?
Kind of looks like Wes Crooks, doesn't it?
Yep.
Wes has played on the offensive line, defensive tackle position quite a bit this year.
Also leads the band.
That's what I was going to say. He's also the drum major.
And drives the bus.
Yeah. Wes, that's the talented young man. He'll put his boot into this one, and it'll be taken by Stevens at about the 25. Across the 30, he breaks a tackle, tries to reverse field, and is taken down by a pack of Panthers up near the 34-yard line. That is where Dupo will start first and 10 with 1:35 to play in this third period. Clock counting down, so quite a bit of this final minute plus of the third will be taken off the clock here.
Chase Wallace and Wes Crooks in on the tackle that time.
So Crooks kicked it off and then went down and got the tackle, huh?
Told you he was everywhere.
It'll be a first and 10 for Dupo. By the time they set the ball, I'd say we'll see about a minute to play in the third.
Oh, we're going to see some passing, but it will not stop the clock here. That's be the difference.
Stein will be the quarterback. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. He is back to pass. He'll sling it out and try to throw the old bounce pass. It's incomplete. It'll bring up a 2nd and 10.
14th pass of the day. 6 of them have been complete for 9 yards. Actually, it was a positive 5 yards on the day. Oh, no. My mistake. You were right.
8 seniors on this squad from Dupo, playing in their final game of their careers here today. 30 seconds to play in the third. Could be the final play of the period here. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Stein in the shotgun. He gets a low snap, back to pass. Quick hitter on the left side to Deegan Prater. Prater looking for running room. He'll be taken out up near the 33-yard line, a loss of a yard. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 11. And I believe that'll be the final play of the quarter as the clock ticks down here. After 3, it's Camp Point Central 60, Dupo nothing. 4th quarter play-by-play next on Central Illinois Sports.
When you think of fall, what comes to mind besides pumpkins, honey, and football? How about fertilizer? Studies show more than 1/3 of your crop's yield is determined by fertilizer alone. Studies also show as much as 40% potassium and 30% phosphate gets tied up in stalks and residue, as well as high clay content. Nutrient Ag Solutions recommends Titan, which is an innovative fertilizer catalyst designed for use with dry fertilizer blends. Titan will keep nutrients from being tied up and increase fertilizer availability in your crop. Titan is a low-cost option to improve crop fertility. Contact your nutrient crop consultant today. Brian Dickut Trucking, LLC has been in business since 1995. Brian Dickut Trucking offers hauling of liquid and dry fertilizer, grain, rock, feed, lime, with local and long-distance hauling. Brian Dickut Trucking is located at 1878 East 2100 Street, Camp Point. Call them at 217-257-8302. That's 257-8302. Long dumps, short dumps, hoppers, and tanks. When you need it hauled, trust the experts at Brian Dickut Trucking, LLC in Camp Point. They deliver.
Ready to start the 4th quarter. It'll be a 3rd and 11 for Dupo from their own 33-yard line here, trailing 60-0 to Camp Point Central.
Shimmerhorn out there on the defensive side. I see some of the new guys out there. Also, Jack Thompson. Also on the defensive side, Zach Ware, the freshman.
3rd and 11 for the Tigers.
Connor Griffin getting to play some defense now, along with Ross Riley. The 2 fullbacks usually only play on the offensive side.
Trips right. Single receiver to the left, and Stein is in the shotgun on this 3rd and long here. Takes the snap. He's back to pass. Looking left. Now shifts his eyes to his right. Looking deep downfield. It'll be incomplete. Intended receiver was Deegan Prater. Unable to bring it in. Incomplete pass, and it'll be 4th down. Smith and Griffin and on the coverage for the Panthers. And if you are Dupo, I punt it, but they'll go for it. I mean, Central ran a fairly simplified version of their offense the last couple of series. I mean, everything was between the tackles, and they took it down the field and scored in 13 plays. So I wouldn't want to give them that short of a field, but it's trips right. 2 receivers left. Stein in the shotgun. He's back to pass. Steps up into the pocket now, looking downfield. Heaves it up for grabs, and it is caught by Prater on a sky-high catch and grab there.
Prater looks hurt.
Yeah, he kind of stood up and then looked like he's got a little bit of a back injury, it almost looks like. Can barely stand. Down to the 33-yard line, a gain of 34 yards.
34-yard pass play down to the 33.
And to the Panther 33, it'll be a 1st and 10. He went up to get it, but kind of stretched out and then fell awkwardly to Prater.
He's going to leave the field.
Kind of like
just
he's
a freshman, is he not?
Yep, just trying to look like he kind of just stretched that back out some. 10:33 and counting of the contest. They'll
quite a catch.
Let him get to the sideline. We'll reset the play clock here. Stein takes the snap, fakes the handoff, going to keep it himself on the left side. He's not the most elusive young man in the world, and he'll be taken down by Connor Griffin. Back near the 37-yard line, a loss of 4. 2nd and 14.
Second first down of the ball game for the squad from Dupo on that last pass play. 9:50 and counting with the clock running continuously here. 60-0 ball game on the Trucks LLC scoreboard.
Good solo tackle that time by Griffin in space on the quarterback, Stein.
Haven't seen Griffin on the defensive side much, but next year you will.
Stein in the gun. Takes the snap, hands it off to Stevens. Stevens looking for running room left side, has a good block out there. Gets back past the original line of scrimmage before he's pushed out of bounds inside the 30, call it right at the 30-yard line. Maybe the 29. 29-yard line, give him an 8-yard pickup. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 6. 3rd down, 6 yards to go. Clock rolling here. 9:11 to play in this contest. If I had to guess, and we'll try to get that update on that Cicero-Valier game, if we could. Here in a moment. Stein in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He's back to pass. Throwing left. A diving play. It is caught. That's by Prater at the 25. Pick up a 4. And it's 4th and short here.
So Prater, even though he had the back problem, came back out on the field.
4th and 2. Brown County leads Tuscola 16-14 just before the half. We're out on top 26-7 with 11:48 left in their game. Rochester's taking control of their contest. Here's a 4th and 2. Back to pass is Stein. Looks downfield. It is picked off. It's an interception by the Panthers. Who's got it? That is Mason Miller on the pick and returns the ball to the 33-yard line, and that's where Central will take over 1st and 10 at their own 33 with 7:50 in counting of this contest. So another takeaway here by this Camp Point Central defense.
Miller with a nice interception. Miller is a 6'1", 165-pound junior.
What, 3rd takeaway of the day? We can tell you that Cicero-Valier leads Central A&M 15-12 with 6:40 to play in the 2nd quarter. So a tight game there. 1st and 10 for the Panthers with 7:17 and counting in this contest. And who's our new quarterback? Is that Pageant? It's Griffin Pageant, the sophomore in. He takes a long look at the play clock and will now set up under center. Puts a man in motion, takes the snap, hands it off to the fullback. Fullback fighting for yardage. Up to the 35. Let's see who rolls off the pile here.
A lot of linemen.
Yep. Look like Ware again. Through the 35, gain of 2. 2nd and 8.
Ware's got 27 yards on 6 carries on the day.
And a touchdown to his name.
Yeah.
Griffin Pageant, the quarterback, 5'8", 135-pound sophomore. Third guy to play quarterback today for Camp Point Central. They lead 60-0. Pageant again will take a look at the play clock, let it get down under 10 seconds. Now sets up under center. Puts a man in motion, takes the snap, hands it off to the fullback again.
Where with a carry again?
Yep, gained another half a yard to the 36. 3rd and 7 here.
Everybody chomping at the bit on the defensive line this time, but 60 points later, too little, too late.
See some new faces on the side for Dupo as well.
Yeah, Bush is going to go in at fullback.
3rd and 7 here, 5:30 and counting in this contest.
Connor's a sophomore. You better tackle him, too.
Pageant under center. A lot of guys up in the box. Puts a man in motion. He hands it off to the outside man. Shimmerhorn looking for the corner, and he's got it. At the 45-50, 45-40. Down the sideline, streaking away. He'll go for the score. Wyatt Shimmerhorn for the score. It is a
54-yarder.
64-yarder from the 36. And it makes it 66-0.
Big blocks bringing by
Shimmerhorn.
Wallace and Jack Leaf.
When you're selling out across the middle, Shimmerhorn got outside and beat everybody. 64 yards for Shimmerhorn.
64-yard run.
And, I mean, it wasn't anything fancy, just off the right wing, came around left tackle.
All 11 guys were up at the line of scrimmage for Dupo, selling out.
I think they'll take a knee again, won't they?
Yeah. And they'll take the knee for the 2-point try. We pause for a quick break here. 5:09 left, 66-0, Camp Point Central.
Trucks LLC will be located this fall in the new building at 14 East Industrial Park Drive in Pittsfield. Call 217-922-0044. Diesel repair service offering 24-hour roadside repair, mobile service units, semi-truck and trailers, farm and ag equipment, DOT inspections, hydraulic hose repair, anything diesel, we can come to you along the road in the field or at your shop. It's Trucks. Call 217-922-0044. That's 217-922-0044.
5:09 left, 66-0 is the Camp Point Central advantage on the Trucks LLC scoreboard over this Dupo Tiger team. Trying to see, North Mac leads Fairfield 13-8 at the half of their contest. And
beating the Mules.
Physical contest there.
Patrick Bowman, the head coach at North Mac, and his dad, Hall of Famer Dan Bowman, helping him out.
As a team for the Panthers.
How many games do you think Dan Bowman has coached?
A lot. Started out at Route, was there about 3 years, had success.
Athens now has extended their lead over Carmi-White County 28-8 in the second period.
That would be an upset, right? They're on the road. Athens is.
I believe that's correct. Slight upset. I think they're both
maybe a 9 and
7
an
and
8.
2s. Here's the kickoff by Crooks.
I bet Athens is 6 and 3.
Man's trying to run it down in Stevens. That is the reverse to Prater. Prater gets a little opening down the sideline before he's knocked out of bounds at the 44. And that's where Dupo will start first. He's hit at their own 44, just under 5 minutes left.
Clock will continue to run. They ended up their last one with an interception.
Can I ask you a question? Why would you think they were 6 and 3?
Athens?
Yeah. Who else would they have lost to? Williamsville, Maroa.
Okay.
They don't lose to themselves usually. They didn't lose to Stanford Olympia.
They're up 28-8.
28-8. Pretty solid squad. A lot of juniors for Athens this year too. 4:25 and counting to the fourth period here. Thank goodness. It is 66-0. Stein in the shotgun. He'll hand it off to Stevens. Stevens looking for running room on the right-hand side, and he is taken down As he gets back to the line of scrimmage to bring up a 2nd and 10.
Jaden Summey, one of the guys in on the tackle, and Zach Weir, a freshman and a sophomore.
Fulton, the Steamers, leading Aurora Christian 17-7 in their contest. Forreston on top of St. Beat at the half, 24-0. That's a 5-4 beat into 9-0.
No surprise here.
No.
They'll get Chicago Hope next week. Hope got the win last night.
Cesar Belier is still up 15-12 in the first half of that contest over Central A&M. Winner of that game plays Camp Point Central. Here's Stevens, tries to bounce it outside, has a little running room there, breaks a tackle, and is taken down up near the 48-yard line. A pickup of 5 yards on the play.
Thompson in on the tackle. Nice tackle by Jack Thompson that time.
3rd down and 5 to go. 3:15 left in the contest. Clock keeps rolling here. It's 3rd and 5. Dupo trying to get the plan called from the sideline.
I like what Dupo's doing here, though. They understand the situation, and they're trying to run the clock and run the ball. They might try to pass.
See, Rushville now trailing 14-8 to Toledo Cumberland. Here is a pass out to Prater. Prater's got enough for the 1st down. Trying to fight for more yardage. He's still playing hard. He'll be taken down at the Panther 40-yard line. A gain of 12 yards on the play. And a 1st and 10 with 2:35 left.
3rd first down of the ball game for Dupo. 58 yards passing now for Stein. Prater's got 47 of those.
Just inside the 40 to the 39, in fact, of Camp Point Central. Just over 2:15 to play on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Stein on the gun. 2 receivers left. He'll hand it off to Stevens. Stevens looking for the edge. He goes out of bounds. Inside the 35 down near the 31-yard line. Gain of 8 yards. 2nd and a couple of yards to go now for Dupo.
Ran out of bounds, but it does not stop the clock. 1:50 and counting left.
It does not. Dupo trying to get on the board here, though. Down 66-0. Stein in the shotgun. Calls for the snap. Hands it off to Stevens. Right side. Has some running room out there. Stiff arms a man. Now tries to cut back. And it's going to be finally drugged down near the 21-yard line. Pickup of 10 yards. And a 1st and 10.
We will wrap it up on the Illini Community Hospital post-game show today and name our Derek Harris, Edward Jones player or players of the game.
1:11 and counting. 1st and 10 for the Tigers from the 22 of Camp Point Central. Stein in the shotgun. He takes the snap. He's back to pass. Looking for the end zone, looking for Prater, trying to go play the ball, and it's incomplete. And depending on how fast Dupo gets back to the line, that could be maybe the final play of the game.
Joe Kuhlman's one of the officials in this group. He's the
White
in the defensive backfield.
Is he?
Principal at Triopia now.
30 seconds left.
His dad officiated for many years in basketball, Ron.
Stein fakes the handoff, passes to the right, has this man in Phillips. Phillips breaks a tackle, drugged down inside the 10 near the 7. Pick up a 15 yards. And a 1st and goal here from the 7.
7 seconds left, trying to get to the line of scrimmage, trying to get one more play. 5 seconds.
3, 2, this will be the final play of the game. Stein hands it off to Stevens. Stevens will be taken down shy of the goal line and down at the 1, a gain of 6, but not 6 on the scoreboard, as it's a 66-0 win for Camp Point Central over Dupo. We head to the Illini Community Hospital postgame show, where since 1942, Illini Community Hospital has been serving their communities with high-quality medical care close to home. Learn more at IlliniHospital.org. A break here. We have final stats and name our player of the game, presented by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Derek Harris next.
Illini Community Hospital is committed to providing high-quality specialty care close to home. We are pleased to welcome Dr. William Severino, urologist, and Dr. Mark Mount, ear, nose, and throat physician, to the consulting physician clinic team at the Castile Center. Specialty care is also provided for orthopedics, cardiology, podiatry, obstetrics, oncology, and more. Learn more by visiting IlliniHospital.org or call 217-285-2113, extension 3950 to schedule an appointment.
Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Matthews, and Brad Wellman. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you. Are you short on time or budget, but your family is hungry? It's time for the Maya Authentic Mexican Restaurant in Pittsfield. Try the Maya Special, a crowd favorite. Delicious grilled fajitas, steaks, nachos Mexicano, salads in a tortilla bowl, the tastiest salsa and cheese sauce around, and the fastest service anywhere. You can afford it. It's the Maya Mexican Restaurant on Washington Street. Call ahead with your order and you can pick it up in the drive-thru 217-285-4526. The Maya Restaurant in Pittsfield. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times. And Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
If your job situation is changing because of layoffs or restructuring, you may have to make several decisions. One important decision may be what to do with your retirement plan. Make sure your retirement stays on track. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones financial advisor, can help. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Welcome back on the Illini Community Hospital postgame show. Final on this one, a 66-0 win for Camp Point Central over Dupo. The Panthers improved to 10-0 on the season. Dupo finishes the year at 5-5. The Panthers await the winner of Cesar-Valier and Central A&M in a game that the last time we saw a score was 15-12 Cesar-Valier in the first half of play there. If Cesar-Valier is the winner, the game would be played here. If Central A&M is the victor, it will be played at Moweaqua. And here on the post-game show, Jack's got to look at final stats.
Well, first of all, the third quarter scoring was at the 147 mark. Zach Weir went in from 2 yards out. The Panthers took a knee, led 60-0. The final score, a 64-yard scamper by Schimmerhorn. It came at the 5:09 mark. Took a knee in the extra point. 66-0 was the final there. For the squad from Dupo, they finished the day with 85 positive yards on the day. 58 of those came passing, 11 of 21, one interception, led with 47 yards in receptions by Prater, 25 from Nick Phillips on the day. The penalties straightened up in the second half. Ashton Stein had those 58 yards passing. Logan Stevens rushed for 34 yards on the day. For positive yards for him, Ashton Stein with 3, 2 for Cole Putnam. They had 20 rushes for 27 total yards and 11 for 21 passing, 58 yards and 1 interception, fumbled the ball a couple of times. Panthers were 46 rushes on the day for 335 yards, 2 passes in the first half, 2 of 3, 47 yards, both of those for touchdowns, 26 and 20 yards. Led in rushing on the day by Isaac Gittenbacher, 9 rushes, 95 yards in the first half. Ross Riley had 8 rushes for 60 yards. Wyatt Schimmerhorn had 3 rushes for 67 yards. Gavin Graves, 16 yards on 3 rushes, 5 for Gavin Blewett. Drew Pabin had 2 rushes for 12 yards. Connor Griffin, 43 yards on 7 rushes. Second half, 7 rushes for Weir for 28 yards on the day. And Zach Thompson had 1 rush for 19 yards. Total on the day, 382 yards of total offense. Panthers win it 66-0.
Time to name our player of the game. It's presented by Edward Jones financial advisor Derek Harris. Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, parents, and mentors. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Derek Harris is a proud sponsor of the Player of the Game on Central Illinois Sports. And how about Isaac Ginenbacher today? 9 carries, 95 yards. Also had a touchdown reception on the day from 26 yards out. He's today's player of the game. That's going to do it from Camp Point Central. For Jack Hall, I'm Charlie Hall. Glad you've joined us this afternoon. We'll have the Panthers next week, either at home or on the road. Until then, we bid you farewell after another Central Illinois Sports presentation.